Hello, friends.
I can help survival checks.
Hi, I'm Clyde.
Oh.
Hi, Dana. Hey, Wholesale.
Zeke for head.
What's your crazy fucking survival check now?
Hi, Mavis.
Instead of being its normal 2, if just based off the skill check, it's now up to 9.
What the fuck?
That's what happens when you actually multi-class into a class that actually has to
It helps. It does help.
help.
I have survival and I'm only at 9.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Wait, hang on a second here.
Nah, it's because I've spread my points out. I only get 3 per level, so.
Yeah, Israel gets a little bit more.
And that's with my fucking extra. Originally, I only would have gotten 2.
Hey, hey, Van.
Hey.
Hi.
Did you
Hi.
level Avril yet?
No, I have not. I packed my morning a little too tightly, and I apologize. I'm doing it right now, though.
You're the last stats I need to update stuff and things.
I would hope so, considering I would hope everybody else is good.
That's okay. I finished mine at 12.
Well, I was doing the update stuff, and I was looking at Levi's, and I was like, Levi, you forgot something. And then we ended up chatting about it.
What did you? Well, that's not strange for Levi's character to forget something,
True.
including its own stats upgrades.
I mean, it's mostly because I forget the things that your class table doesn't tell you.
And that's what I'm here to help with.
God damn it. Am I the only keener here?
What does that
What?
mean?
Like, I did all my leveling shit on the day after we played.
I normally do. I just didn't have a chance to.
You probably know what your character is and what you want to do with it already. I
Yes.
do not. So
Clearly, the guy who completely fucked up his first 3 levels knows what his character is.
Well, no, you knew what your character was supposed to be. You just didn't realize you had to fit it in different stat format. It's like you knew you were going in the wrong direction. You were like, "We need to fix this."
nah, I just forgot that I got an additional ability score at level 4.
I even put together my shopping list, and I helped Van with his shopping list.
Wow.
Speaking
mean
of Van,
Van's shopping list for you.
No, I looked up my Mathemagician build and gave him a preset of like wondrous items that are good synergy for that type of caster.
Yeah, because I'm not very good crunch wise, as it were. The synergies and everything, just my eyes start to glaze over a little bit.
Hey, that's me anytime I have to play a spellcast.
So, let me see.
I really enjoyed my Alistair build. I didn't know
Whereas
what I was doing with them when I first started them, but then I started dipping my toes into making that crit range better, and that was the end of it.
Bro, extra crit range is disgusting.
Alistair's was just this crit machine. I was like tanking, like I constantly was like challenging like mini bosses to like one-on-one duels.
Critting at 15 is disgusting.
And then Muffin's got the idea of Pokemon throwing me at things and making me
no.
twice my size.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, we were doing stupid shit like that.
And you say it's stupid, but it worked so well. Like
No, like stupid OP. I forgot. I was just all I remember is having like fireballs that would do like 200 damage to some person and like
Hey,
breaking all the mathemagician stuff.
can somebody remind me what the HP leveling rules are?
Hi, Pit. Thank you.
+1 if you do favored class plus Constitution.
Wait, say that all again. You were getting talked over.
So it's your hit die. You roll that, and then it's +1 if you put a point in favored class, and plus con bonus.
Cool.
Oh,
So I get 2 HP this level.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 2.
But he gets a -1.
Oh, Christ.
Wholesale forgot about my favorite class.
I forgot
My
about your
HP
favorite
is
class
30
as well.
HP is 34.
I'm not changing it.
Change it.
Nope. You're.
Change it.
I'm
Man,
not.
you might want to look into the feat that gives you like +3 HP per hit die or whatever it is.
I
Endurance.
probably will. You don't get a feat at the 4th level, right?
No, you
It's
don't.
every odd level.
Not unless
Too late, get fucked, Levi. That is implied.
Well, I don't give a shit what implied says.
Oh, there's
Wow.
there's the page I was looking for.
You got the DM and the modder against you.
Oh, we get
Okay,
an ability
and-
score upgrade. You know what? I might.
And
I
You might what, Van?
might try and figure something out with it. Quick.
You might what? I'm curious of what you're
No,
gonna change.
I would need 2 stat points in order to get to a 0 in con.
Yeah, start it now. Once you hit level 8, you're there.
Yeah.
I'm now at 18 wisdom.
I'm at 14 charisma now. That +1 put me over, and now I have an extra point in a bunch of stuff that Israel has better rolls in anyways.
Yep.
You might not now.
Well, considering I have not been boosting diplomacy because I'm relying on Israel, because I feel like that's just going to be more fun.
I mean,
You're
that's
not
fair.
wrong. You're not wrong.
I love that we all agree that that's the play. Oh, why did that is not the right level. Avril is not a level 12.
Don't
Ooh.
worry.
I got-
bluff high.
I got the most useless skill at level 4. Or class ability, I should say.
Oh, what's that?
Channel energy.
Avril, your 12 HP went to 14. I am so proud of you.
I know.
You're midway through double digits almost.
So basically, like in 1 or 2 more levels, Wholesale's going to have to purposely make sure none of the NPCs or enemies target Alvaro.
Or they can. I mean, that he doesn't. He's under no obligation.
Well, the question is, what was Wholesale's bet on the Alvaro crumple meter? Because he has direct control on that.
You know, I wouldn't stack it against me. I don't play fair.
It's okay. I specifically prepared Shield Other.
I took wondrous feat craft or wondrous item crafting so I can get a couple of those pearls and just constantly have mage armor.
Oh, look at that. You are correct, Levi. He was taking that. He is the person you want to
Perfect.
talk to.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can do potions and I can do wondrous items.
Oh yes, we're going to make many a thing.
Game with friends.
Speaking of wondrous feats, if we hit a level 10 hype train in Wholesale stream today,
That's a wrong kind of feat. I hate you so much. Disgusting.
Ah.
And if anybody's curious, I now have a plus 15 in all the knowledges I'm trained in.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. Even if I communed with my ancestral spirits, I couldn't be.
Alvaro's thing is knowing things. But
And knowing that he's a what neckhead. Or there are what.
That reminds me of my priest from another campaign. He was called Lore Master, and he used every single knowledge. 17 was the lowest one he possessed.
I've only got dungeoneering, history, nature, and planes. I forgot to update the planes for 12, but 12 versus 15, not the end of the world.
Let me look at my math magician really quickly. Oh yeah, Highest int score was a plus 28. Lowest was a plus 20. Nerd characters are fun.
They are.
You don't scoff and channel positive energy when you walk into a room, everybody's being harassed by a vampire, and you in one smooth motion kill it. By healing it.
Can you guys believe it's been 12 sessions so far? Or this is our 12th session?
I can, because I have session 11 up in front of me.
I'm to
Segue.
retire this character.
Speaking of session 11, Muffins, would you like to start us off with the recap?
Boy, howdy, can I?
Can you?
Sure can.
Session 11, while the clock ticked. We pick up this session with Demirius and Alvaro on a day trip. Their first stop, the library, a place of magic and excitement. Or rather, the first stop would have been at the library if they knew where it was. So their actual first stop was the Flower and Compass. Inside the tavern, they make their way to the bartender, who instantly begins to flirt with Demirius. I'm surprised she didn't jump him right then and there with how hard she came on to him. Get a room! After doing a super secret handshake to verify membership in an exclusive club, Demirius starts talking about his dreams and how he has been told to get a magic staff. Alvaro just kind of hangs around all third wheel-like while this is going on, not really understanding the significance of the dream stuff. The barkeep drags the two into a private room to discuss more details, since this is some serious business. Additional info is spoken about, and Alvaro manages to score a library pass from the barkeep before they head out. The barkeep makes a final pass at Demirius while they leave. On the way to the library, a sick and disheveled man approaches the two asking for money. Alvaro gives them a trail ration, prompting the man to grab on to clasp their arms while thanking them profusely. They get to the library and approach what seems like the main desk. York makes a comment about the library pass upon inspection, prompting Alvaro to request to actually read what was written. Turns out it wasn't a library pass at all, just a pleasant request on behalf of the establishment to grant access to the stacks. They sign the guest book while learning more about the terrible class system within this nation. The two head up into the nonfiction section and start to look into the history of the city and all that sort of stuff. Demirius wanders a bit and discovers that the religious texts are locked up. Meanwhile, back at the safe house. Goblin Philosophy and History Hour. Work progresses on the decoding of the journal. And that's about it, really. So much excitement in this recap. How can anyone ever keep up? Back at the library, these two continue researching anything that would be helpful in preparation for the Peace Summit. They also learn that the religious books are locked up to avoid vandalism from zealots. Their hunger for knowledge temporarily sated, they head back to the safe house. Our soon-to-be heroes now reunited, they debrief on the library events and turn in for the night. New day, new outfits. It's time for a shopping trip makeover. Makeover. Sorry, is that going to get you DMCA'd?
No, we're good.
No.
Okay.
You're not good enough.
Fair. More than fair. The group heads to a store first and purchase new outfits for all but Demirius, and then head to a tailor to request some sneaky modifications. On the way to the next store, where they hope to find some primo clothes for Demirius, the emissary bumps into an adventurer who does not take too kindly to the interruption. Israel manages to roll a very high diplomacy check to save the day, and the situation is resolved peacefully. The battle is over! Good thing we have a war priest for all this combat we get into. After getting Demirius' fab new threads, Demirius notices that Alvaro is coming down with cackle fever, which is a pretty awful disease. They head back to the Flower and Compass and are able to purchase a cure for Alvaro. They decide to eat dinner there before going to pick up the modified clothes. Oh, and they had some really delicious Triceratops pie. Like, this was really good stuff. So much so that Muffinita was quite vocal about how good it was. After leaving the tavern, our soon-to-be heroes are interrupted by a large bird creature that tries to get their attention. It leads them along some streets and eventually to a bridge, and then under said bridge. There, the group finds a corpse. An orc corpse. An orc corpse that is now being used to hold many arrows. A hybrid orc corpse/quiver that was only recently made. The group searches the body while Alvaro and the emissary leave to find the city guard. When they return with some city guard in tow, the group discovers that they are to receive a cash reward for their good deed along with ownership of the bird. They head to the stable master to seek permission for Israel to imprint with the bird and have to diplomacy roll their way through hundreds of years of prejudice and racist bullshit. Luckily, Israel isn't the only one with a good bonus diplomacy, and Muffinita makes a successful roll, granting Israel both the bird and the title, The Bad. Everyone welcome Helga Axeface to the party. Woo! Okay, fine, I'm just clapping, no one else. Thank you.
Sorry, I was opening a drink.
Acceptable.
Woo!
The group finally makes their way to the tailor and pick up their modified clothing and head back to the safe house to finalize preparation for the peace summit. And that might be the shortest recap yet.
No, the other one was shorter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was not the shortest recap yet.
There was one thing I forgot to make sure that Alias was aware of. He also received back the same brooch that identified the old owner of the Axebeak and position of title. So, Israel will have that piece of item as well. But we start our adventure back with the party waking up the morning of the so-called Peace Summit.
Oh God.
How do you prepare for it?
Well, I will definitely be doing my morning prayers, asking for guidance and whatnot, and for patience and the ability to hold my tongue.
All right. What the two that had alterations to their clothes, how do you hide your weapons? Or which weapons are you hiding and such?
So my stuff can fit over my chain shirt.
Yes, you both have the same alteration, so you can wear it over your chain shirt. But
And then I am going to stow my dagger, Mr. Stabby, in the secret pocket.
roll a sleight of hand. You get a +2. Oh. Israel.
One of my little stinkers left a stinker, so I was doing something while we were going through that.
Okay.
You wanted a sleight of hand for...
What are you stashing away in? You made two pockets made, correct?
Correct.
You
And
need a sleight of hand for each of them.
for each of them. Okay.
They both
One.
get +2.
2.
Jesus.
Anybody who's watching just suddenly sees 3 knives just between 2 people just seemingly disappear. Ta-da!
Sorry, I just have to say this. I have background music for this, and apparently a medieval cover exists for "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Hold on.
Oh, is it like Bardcore?
Yeah,
I love Bardcore. It's so good.
yeah.
I love
Then,
Bardcore. It's
If
so
the
good.
DM, well, then I suppose. If the DM, we have those blank masks. I think it's me and
Avril.
Avril. Yep. I will
Yeah.
probably wear mine so as to not draw any too much attention.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Avril,
Well,
or is there anything you're going to do specifically to prep for your day?
So as I've been going around town, have I noticed like I would be able to probably identify casters, right? Like, have I noticed any?
Yeah, there's casters. Some that outwardly stand out, some
Okay.
not particularly. It's not shunned in any way whatsoever in this area.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna prep my spells for the day, and I'm gonna do my best to not ruffle feathers today. I'll like stay back a little bit.
All right. Relevant goes about his morning rituals, and any last things before you leave the safe house?
Are we not like grouping up to discuss anything before heading out?
What is there something you would like to discuss?
I'm just asking.
What? Like what? What do you want to discuss? What are we?
I don't know if this is going to be useful information. It's useful information for me, but when I was reading up on the place, they really do not take kindly to casters. That's kind
Nope, not
so-
wrong place. That is the place that you were
Oh.
looking up for Demirius.
Thank you. Never mind.
Oh yeah. That one place.
Yeah, grid.
Yeah.
I suppose we should probably ask the ambassador if there's any what we, as not being people going in.
What we should expect.
Correct.
Well,
I think that's.
Demirius, you'll come in. You're just a hired hand. Don't talk unless talked to. Not
Done.
And, you go, and the rest of you, you're accompanied. You'll be most likely left out in the hall. Last time I was here, there are benches. You'll be able to sit, not have to stand there. They will search you for weapons. So, for the love of everything that is holy, don't hide weapons. They'll take the weapons when we get to the appropriate spot, and they will put them off to the side, but don't get caught. And he specifically looks at the two small ones.
I was just gonna say I look nervously at the other two.
Wait, hold on. So are we meeting up in like the main area of the house or whatever?
Right.
Okay. I'm walking into that late.
Huh?
I'm gonna need to roll here.
What? What's happening? Why?
Wholesale?
Oh, you need to be... Okay.
So
Oh, God.
everyone else presumably is in the room.
In the main part of the house, I
Yeah.
presume such, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Muffinita walks in backwards. Strolls around, places a copper coin on the table, continues to walk backwards to in front of Demirius, turns to face him, raises her hands, yells, "Oop!" and then disappears. And just give me a second here.
Like legit.
Describe disappearing.
Literally just instantly vanishes. You can make a perception check against that 62.
Again, doesn't mean it's gonna be any good.
There's always a chance.
Hold on. Can I look something up real quick?
Yeah.
Dang it, I didn't roll a 20.
Dorian implied it will all make sense.
Wouldn't be so sure.
Okay, I don't know how this works. So I would know as a caster, invisibility would be a magical effect, correct?
Yes.
Does detect magic reveal that?
Yes.
Is this what I do? Wow.
While Demarius goes to cast Detect Magic, it doesn't matter because Muffinita appears right in front of him, yelling "Boo!" with her hands up, proceeding to lower them and walk forwards, zigzagging the way she came in backwards, picking up the coin from the table and walking out of the room where she came from.
I'm gonna try the same thing. I'm gonna fish in my pocket for a copper, and I'm gonna like center myself and try and recreate it. So I'll do the walking backwards. I'll put the copper on the table. I'll turn around. I'll face Demarius, and like if Demarius starts to walk, it's like no, you can stand here, and then I'll have to try and repeat the process, and then I'll try it and go oop,
Not oop.
oob, oob,
Oob.
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 All
right.
I'll lean over to the emissary and say, do you have any idea what's going on?
So
And presumably when nothing happens to me.
So 30 seconds after leaving, Muffinita will run back into the room, excited, stop in front of Demarius and say, "Do you remember things yet?"
An audible slap of Brilvant's hand hitting his face as he sighs. He goes, oh.
Demarius just sighs deeply as you see his clenched fist slowly relax.
What was with the copper?
I don't know anything of which has happened right now.
I thought maybe if I could confuse him enough, he might forget that he's forgotten things. And
Demarius will laugh and he'll just pat Muffinita on the head and just say, "You're confusing enough as it is."
oh, well, back to the drawing board.
Oh, in that case, let me join you. I've got a couple good ideas.
Oh my God.
God, please give me the strength to deal with this day.
I've been waiting for so long to do this.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling that's what this all was.
Brilvant just goes, okay, I'm leaving.
You got it.
Cool.
And Brilvant's out the door. What does the rest of you do?
Follow, obviously. Like, I'm kind of his hired guard sort of thing.
Yes.
I will be carrying a bow and quiver as well. Taking that with me too, FYI.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask the emissary if he thinks they'll let me keep my staff.
That is... We'll find out when we get there. That I'm not entirely sure on.
Okay.
After the walk starts, who wants to roll a d20?
Not
I'm kidding.
I'll do it.
Nope.
I'm kidding. Devirus.
The trip is fairly uneventful.
Oh, you don't need it. Okay.
And the thing that kind of stands out because of how you're dressed, it kind of, people start giving a little bit more wider berth of you. And then you get to the castle gates, and after Real Event, walks ahead of the gaggle of you, speaks with the guard, shows his credentials, you are let into the castle gates and escorted to like a fountain at the front, where you see a very large ogre wearing a very nice kind of like buttle suit. As you approach, Brillavant seems to recognize this ogre and greets him friendly and turns and present the four of you and goes, "These are my compatriots today. Introduce yourselves. This is Augie. He's the head butler of the estate." And the ogre kind of bows and, "Hello,
What's his name?
Augie. Augie.
That's not how I spelt it. So thank you for that too.
Mm-hmm. And he's standing at about 10 feet.
Damn.
It is
like
please
an
make
ogre.
acquaintance with your knees, sir.
He reaches, bends down to shake anyone who offers a hand, and he's real gentle with his massive fisticuff.
All right, I will do a flourishing bow,
Oh.
and then proceed to extend my hand in greeting. My little tiny can barely wrap around your pinky with both hands. Hand.
And once the introductions are finished, he leads you into the castle. He opens the big castle gates, and it's for a little different from what you might have expected, Israel, having to live amongst orcs at certain points in your life or around them.
Yeah, this
There's
is incredibly different.
orcs and half orcs milling about, some in full armor as castle guards, some in just normal servant clothes.
Oh, and I suppose just to clarify, since you said about the brooch, I am assuming this would be worn visually.
Yes,
Okay.
if you so choose. You don't have to.
No,
But-
I'll wear it visually. Come
And-
on, pay.
Anyone
Anyways, sir.
have anything to say to your ogre butler? Any questions?
I'm taking a posture of not speaking until being spoken to, because that was the last piece of advice I heard.
It's what I was told, so I'm sticking to it.
Like
Perfect.
nodding and introducing, if anything. Did you just yup? Are you backflipping?
No, I'm just agreeing in a clever way.
Right.
Sir.
There's grand tapestries on the walls. There's, grand suits of armor at certain points. The torches on the walls. Demarius and Avril, you can peg them not to be real fire. They're magical fire. He leads you through grand staircases and up and through other hallways. It is everything you would expect a castle to look like. Then you are brought forth to a doorway that has two very well armored orcs. And the thing you might have noticed also while walking, most people are armed in the castle. Weapons are not strayed upon. But when he brings you to the guards at this specific door, that's when they stop you and proceed to ask for your weapons.
I comply and hand over my crossbow and my dagger. my dagger, I guess. Actually, I guess I threw my last dagger. I never got it back, so I have no dagger. I hand over my light crossbow and non-existent dagger.
They also take the quiver of bolts from you.
Okay, I figured.
When they look at you, Demarius, they do request your staff and your scimitar.
I assume they'll also want my. Well, I probably wouldn't have brought it. I'll hand over my staff.
Yeah, they take whatever weapons you provide. They look to you, Israel. They kind of second guess the mask. And then they eye the brooch. And they just move on from you. And they go to you, Muffinita. What do you provide them?
I will provide them the bow and the quiver.
Okay.
And then pause. And then make a show as though I forgot it and pull out Mr. Stabby. And
They take
turn
all,
over the bag.
all the items. And then the door opens and you see a grand hallway. Benches on the right-hand side. No windows. And then in the middle of the hallway, there's a two wide double door that is also closed. And on the far side, there you can see immediately 2 more guards. And as you walk through the doorway, there are 2 guards on the other side of that door as well. They proceed to set out the weapons on the bench that is right there. And then they come in to actually search you. Real event first. Then Alvaro, do you oppose their searching?
No.
They do a pat down and they let you through. Did you hide any weapons or anything?
No, I gave them everything.
Okay. Then they move on to you, Demarius. You said you only brought your staff?
Staff and my scimitar.
Okay.
Which I gave to them.
Yep. Do you hinder their pat down at all?
Nope.
Then they move on to Israel, which the guard on the inside, second glances the mask but shrugs it off and eyes the brooch again and looks at the other guard who shrugs, and they bypass Israel completely and move on to you, Muffinita. And they pat you down as well. And they seem satisfied. They let all of you move forward into the hallway, and the door closes and locks on the inside. Relevant goes, well, that went well. And looks at the pair of you, the Muffinita and Israel, and goes, I don't understand why they didn't search you. And as he points to Israel. But then looks at you, Muffinita, and goes, thank you for not hiding a weapon.
I shrug. Like, yeah.
You have some time to sit and speak and talk or converse with yourselves as a waiting point.
So, what's the room look like? What kind of room are we in?
Second floor. I'll bring it up. Oh, I loaded up the wrong map.
Oh,
I figure
specific map. Oh no!
I'll be wearing these fancier clothes from time to time. And worst case scenario, I now got a hidden pocket to hide cookies from Ellie in.
A cookie pocket.
It's like a Coke pocket. Cookies.
I mean, if you're hiding cookies in it and Coke, that's a lot of Coke to hide in one pocket.
I'm more of a Pepsi guy.
Understandable, so.
Growing up, when they had like pockets in like the sleeve that was like hardly ever big enough for anything, we always called them
like
Coke pockets.
Yeah, lighters or matches, if that.
Yeah.
I had jeans where there was a like Velcro pocket in the inner leg seam that I used for holding change. But most definitely was put in those to hold weed.
Naturally.
Man, I know how to spell.
Oh, there it is.
So, there is a door on each side of the room, and benches along the way, and there's 2 sets of double doors in the center. I'm not going to put up the minis that represent the guards because I don't see you guys starting a fight.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah, well, I have them on reserve just in case if you guys really want to die.
So what you're saying is we should start playing The Floor is Lava in here.
Sorry, those were not supposed to happen.
I got you, don't worry.
Yep.
All right, so you have some time before the actual meeting. Anything you wish to say to each other, discuss?
What's the atmosphere like in this castle? Is there like, does it feel like there's any like nefarious ongoings are happening in this place?
Nothing outwardly. Everyone. Well, give me a sense motive. Or whatever.
Please roll 20, please. This has my highest bonus. Please.
Hey, that's close.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's generally like going through the motions. People are just nothing nefarious. No one's like sulking around or skirting the atmosphere or whatever. Everyone's just kind of going about their business per normal. No one seems to be hiding anything.
Okay.
Anyone else?
What, sense motive roll?
Anything.
Perception plus sense motive.
Wow, I might be able to beat that perception.
Pretty much all the same.
No.
Being armed doesn't seem to be an uncommon effect, and everyone seems to be just milling about doing their duties and just general life to life, day-to-day situations.
Oh shit, I didn't increase my macros.
Yeah,
Tis.
And you said you did it the day of and shamed me for it. How
I
dare
did all
you.
my character sheet stuff. I
And
didn't
sense motive.
update my roll 20 macros. There's a difference.
19 on that roll. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Too like get fucked, muffins. That was implied.
Honestly, I'll probably just pull out a book.
Can you beat that perception, Demiris?
What book do you take out and read?
I can't remember how many books I've been given at this point.
I perceive so hard I'm sitting on
I know
another
I've given
bench
you-
reading Averil's book with them.
I know I've given you a title to pretty much every book you've taken.
I know. I just don't have them all in front of me. The one there was the one I got about. Yeah, I'll read the one that I got about what was it, Gregor the Bone Crusher, or the Bone Chiller.
Okay.
And I'll just continue to read that. Like when I don't have time, like when I've got time to kill, I'll just read a book and continue to like make notes in the margins with like hypotheses and stuff.
All right. And Israel, you perceived all the same stuff. Nothing out of the normal. Everyone is seemingly above board. After a
I'll
few
listen.
moments,
I will watch that one spider that somebody didn't clean the web out of the ceiling with. Because there always is one.
after about 30 minutes, the left door, or sorry, the right door, opens up to a human man wearing kind of black robes, looks out to you and goes, "The Duke will see you now. You know the rules, Brillavant." Turns and walks away. At that point, Brillavant looks to you, Demirius, and goes, "Now we're up."
We'll give a nod and stand and follow him.
Which... Oh, okay, right there.
And after the pair of them enter, the doors close behind them, and it's a grand room. Pillars on the left and right, armor seemingly at attention. There is, off to the left, some dried blood in like a sporting circle with weapons that are on racks. And to the right, there's a table set and prepared for a possible meal, along with a couple big casks, which Brillavant points out and says, "That's the royal ale." And then a table next to a single stone throne.
I draw my string.
And seated on the throne is a large orc who seems to have in history seen better days in conflict. His green skin is marred with scars. One of his tusks is broken, which had been filed down, and one of his eyes has a large scar over the eye, and he's obviously missing one of them. Which, in unceremonious fashion, he stands and greets both of you, and towards the real event follows the red tile to a T. He doesn't step off onto the floor until he arrives at the tip, and that's where the Duke were to meet the pair of you. The Duke and Brillavant actually shake hands and embrace in a hug, as a long time friendship seems to be relevant there. And then the Duke looks to you, Demirius. And he goes, "Ah, you're a new face. I didn't expect another Azamar to step foot on my land like this. Welcome to my city. I hope it has treated you well. I didn't expect to see you. I heard your ship had sunk at sea in the storm."
I'll respond with, say, thank you for your generosity, but through the grace of Alvarel herself, we were able to make our way to land.
Well,
and thus make our way here.
Your tenacity.
Oh my god, now it's canon. You said Alvarel, that wins. If somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes.
At that point, the human stands about 10 feet behind the Duke in formal manner, where Duke Assad gestures at the man and goes, Brilliant, you obviously know my advisor. Please introduce yourself. And he gestures to you. I know nothing of you.
One second. I always forget parts of my backstory.
Wow. Talk about method acting.
I will follow through with it. If you allow me to, continuously maybe roll up. Holy crap. Perception. Just
So that's a 35 on listening specifically?
Yes. That is a 35 on listening specifically.
We're just, playing string games by the door inconspicuously. Nothing to see here.
Also, do you remember the town that Impa is in?
I do.
Can you refresh my memory, please?
I sure can. Give me a second here. I have an entire thing. You mean Telma?
Yes, okay. I will introduce myself as Demirius of Samral.
Well, welcome, Demirius. I assume you're an advisor to Brilliant. This is Henry Blackhand. He has served Assad for many, many years. He is my most trusted advisor. He advised against the war that my predecessor deemed necessary, that ultimately caused his hand at being dead, and my rise to power. Small blessings, I suppose. Being a general in his army. But let us drink and eat and talk of peace. And he takes a few steps away, but stops and turns and goes, I do have one interesting thing that I'm curious about. I have reports that one of your party is a goblin that has been bestowed in honor of my people. Is that true?
Are you referring to the badge he received?
That would be
the title of the bad.
That would be the one.
Yes, it only happened just the other day, actually.
Quite an honor for a goblin. Historically, their kind does not gain favor. Anyway, interesting things I have been told. Let us sit, eat, and drink.
Can I do a perception on the advisor?
You sure can.
And also a sense motive?
Absolutely.
Oh.
My guy.
God damn, why do I roll such shit on good ones?
So the perception, he looks seemingly unarmed. He has a book that you can tell underneath his cloak that is strapped to his belt that's hanging there. And
does he look necromancer-ish?
What does that even mean?
Like if you were to
can't
see
just
somebody,
ask somebody if they look necromancer-ish. That's really insensitive, dude.
No, but like say if you're like taking a stroll in the cemetery and you see some dancing skeletons and a dude with them, you'd be like, that guy looks pretty necromancer-ish.
I
like
mean,
that.
Yeah, a little. But like,
before I answer the sense motive question, Demiris, do you want to spend a hero point to buff it, or are you happy with the 14? I'm going to just remind you have these hero points that you can use.
Oh yeah.
I do.
But we need
Where?
to hoard them just in case we need
How do
them
I-
later.
How do I know that I have a hero?
You,
You
get,
get
one
one
per
per
level.
level.
What? Since when?
It's first level.
I believe he awards them one per level or one per every major thing we accomplish.
You get one per level, and occasionally wholesale will announce, "Hey, you gained a hero point due to doing some such thing." But that has not happened yet, so we
so
should
I-
all be at 4 because no one has spent any yet.
Yeah.
Correct. And you cannot have more than like 5, I think it is.
Well,
Oh, what?
Yeah, I believe there's a limit on how many you can have
That's
Well,
per
once-
character?
per character. Yes.
Oh, okay.
oh my god.
Well, that would have been great if it was a reroll. You just get to add something.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I believe if you use a hero
Plus 8,
point,
right?
it's a +8. Otherwise, it's like a additional D6. Give me a second. I'll answer that.
Give him the +8, it'll be fine. +8's a pretty solid increase.
That's not what I wanted. Using hero points.
You may spend a hero point to reroll any 1d20 roll you just made.
I was about to amend my statement. You may use one. So,
I think you just did.
yes.
Yes, I sure the fuck did.
If used before a roll, you can grant a +8 on 1d roll. This is reduced to
I
a
see.
+4. You can use a hero point to grant this bonus to another character as long as you are in the same location. Your character can reasonably affect the outcome. But
Gotcha.
considering this is outside of combat, I think that allowing a reroll is fair. So, yeah, we'll take your nat 20 with a +10 of 30. I'm going to do this a little differently.
Demarius takes one look at the robed guy, and the robed guy immediately puts his hands up and says, "I did it. I'm the killer. Take me to jail. Guilty. Story's over. Peace is won. Good job. Guild go home."
No, he just looks at me and he's like, I summon skeletons for fun? Is that weird?
You look like I can trust you.
Sometimes they have
It's just-
rotten flesh on them.
It's just like their version of small talk. It's like, hey, what's your hobbies? I mean, like, I play pool, I read, I still do necromancy, I golf sometimes.
Sacrificial dark rituals.
I sometimes dismember some of the dead orcs and then put them into an amalgamation of flesh.
Well, sorry, what was that last one? Oh, I golf.
Exactly. I mean, it's so nice and liberating. How are you enjoying your eyeball stew?
Thank God we're
Anyways, back to the story.
There you go, Levi. I sent you something. Sitting at the table, the Duke seems quite interested in you, Demarius, in the sense of you're a new body that he hasn't spent time with. The Duke proceeds to sit at the head spot, and he insists that you sit at the spot right there, and he promotes your drinking heavily. Do you allow yourself to be persuaded by the Duke in your alcohol consumption?
If I recall correctly, I was told by Brillavant that I definitely should drink.
Yes.
I mean, we just started, so yes, I will drink.
Do you not have
The Duke tends to focus mostly in chatting with you, Demirius, on any stories you have of your exploits. Drinking ale quite heavily. Most of the peace talks seem to be happening. Oof.
Damn, my story sucks. I'm nervous. Okay.
Most of the peace talks will be between Brillavant and the advisor, hand in hand. Roll me a perception at disadvantage on paying attention to that conversation while maintaining conversation with the Duke.
Okay. Well.
Noticing that your poor storytelling, the Duke decides that obviously is because you haven't had enough to drink yet and you're nervous. So he pours more ale into your mug. And just, it doesn't stop.
Okay.
This goes on for 3 hours. During those 3 hours, the other side of the party, what do you do?
So it's just literally them talking and
Yep.
chagrin for like 3 hours.
Yes. So during those 3 hours.
Oof.
Oh God.
Gonna have to make a lot of sleight of hand rolls.
No, we need to.
Yep. One for like every 20 seconds of
We're
real time.
playing string games.
I know, but there's stuff that we should. I can't hear.
You can
No.
come watch.
Never mind.
I suppose. I guess. How many do you want for how many hours of perception?
1 an hour. So give me 2 more.
Okay.
Or give me 1 more since you already made 1. Or 2. So.
And then I'll just roll a blanket sleight of hand to look like I'm preoccupied.
Did I just roll double 14s?
You did.
Ah, I keep up with you. Sort of.
No, I mean we're both listening.
Yeah.
You're.
Oh no, I meant for doing the playing along with the string while still perceiving.
This is like a corridor, right? Like, are people just coming in and out? Like,
No,
is this-
there's no one coming through
Oh,
this
interesting.
entire time. The corridor on both sides, on each side, there's a door with 2 guards on the inside. Doors are locked the moment you guys came through, and no one's come through.
Interesting.
There's no windows. It's lit by candlelight.
But the guards
It's
are
just-
inside watching us, right?
Correct.
But as far as they can tell, we just playing string.
Yep.
How many guards are in the hallway with us?
4
That'd be 4, right? Yeah.
4. Stationed.
at both ends.
Two at each of the doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably not gonna do anything to rock the boat.
So far, we're just listening to our friend get exuberantly happy,
Oh, just-
and I don't know. Have they started talking yet?
yeah,
About they've been just sort of talking and diplomatizing.
most of it, as I said, is between Brillavant and the advisor Henry Blackhand, which you caught the name of the advisor, Israel, with your nat 20.
Around the 2-hour mark, while we're playing string games, I just say to no one in particular, there are 504 black tiles in this room.
Is there anything of note in their discussion that would be worth keeping in mind that I could overhear?
Nothing that you can particularly catch.
Okay.
It's hard to hear through the doors, and they're not next to the doors. They're a little bit far away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, that's why I positioned myself kind of where I am
Yep.
to garner.
Avril, is there anything you're itching to do?
Not particularly.
Is there any bit of knowledge the book of whatever has gleaned for you?
Nothing out of the normal.
No, I'm just I'm noticing. I'm just reinforcing patterns that I've already seen on previous iterations. Just adding notations of possibly conflicting information, yada yada. You know, just real nerd type stuff. Just research papery.
Demirius, give me another storytelling, and then give me like 3 fortitude checks.
Demirius gonna die.
Can I
Can I?
nuke Roll20 servers? Is that allowed?
Probably not.
I'm already just like point my camera at the desk and just start.
Okay. Oof.
Ooh.
Christ.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
My God, my man.
5, 5, 1, 5, 2, 1, 4.
I just posted the link to the
7
quantum number generator that Roll20 uses on the back end for their dice rolls. You're just unlucky.
I mean, that's what you get for rolling 1 natural 20 today.
How dare you?
Jesus.
This is fucking.
You're
See, really, it's just rolling like 20 d20s and then giving you like severe disadvantage and choosing it before it gives it to you.
I know it sounds like I'm laughing, but it's an incredulous laugh.
Incredibly, yeah.
well,
This
at
is
this
brutal.
point, the talks have. Oh, give me one more perception at disadvantage.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, this is not unlucky. This is a pattern.
Roll20
I
just
have
has it
only-
against Levi.
I have rolled above 7 only twice. Sorry, 3 times.
You're just getting them all out of the way early.
You can claim that all you want, but the science is there.
Science is trash.
Science is trash. Brutal.
The talks come to an
actually-
end,
Sorry, carry on.
and you're, I wouldn't say belligerently drunk, but you are actually,
Hammer.
yes. And the Duke has enjoyed his
Fine.
time with you.
Sweet. Glad to hear it. Thumbs up.
After bidding farewells, the Duke gives you a firm clap on the shoulder and goes, Demirius, I appreciated our times. Your stories are shit, but I'm just going to contribute that I'm such a prowess of a man that you're nervous. Next time you will beguile me in your tales.
I swear they'll get better.
And then he just walks away. At that point, where Henry walks you both to the door that he opened initially, bows and bids you farewell, and ushers you out the door before they close. And you are now joined with your compatriots. And the rest of you see you don't even need a roll perception. Demirius is drunk.
I'm about to look at Brilliant. Is this good?
Orc politics.
He's not dead, so
That's not
Yeah.
a yes or a no.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And Demirius, sways a little finger guns.
who's
Hey.
who's drunk? Who's not drunk? This guy's not drunk.
And at this point, I'll probably be like, that advisor's up to no fucking good.
Down.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Shh.
Not the best thing to say out loud.
Away with the string.
Poof.
Are we good to?
Yes, let's be on
get
our
out of
way.
here? Okay.
This time I saw it. I saw where it went.
You go back to the left towards the door you came out. The guards replenish you with your weapons.
Cool.
They unlock the door, open the door, and let you back out. Where you see Augie waiting for you again to bring you back out of the castle. As you're walking down the corridor, coming towards you, you notice a human walking your direction. Everyone give me a perception, except for Demarius, give me a perception at disadvantage.
Nice.
I thought that was double nines for a second.
Everyone picks up on it except for Demarius. Israel, you catch the more intimate detail of it. This human stops, looks directly at Demarius, and turns and speed walks away.
Which way did he come in?
He was walking at your direction down the corridor as you were leaving.
Augie, is that normal?
Oh, that was kind of odd.
Who is?
So you guys are, kind of an opposing force. So, he very well could have just been intimidated by your sheer prowess of formality.
You seem like you know everything that goes on in here.
I know quite a bit. I've been in the castle for many, many years. I've served this duke, the last duke, and the duke before that one.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't know that one's name. He's one of the lower servants.
Okay. Weird.
Oh, I noticed he noticed Demiris. And then immediately turned.
Correct.
Okay.
The rest of the way through the castle goes uninterrupted, out into the courtyard, where Agi walks you to the castle gates, bows politely, and goes, I bid all of you to have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Augie. You as well.
Followed by an even more flourishing goodbye bow.
He laughs and has great appreciation. And out the gate you go. Your peace summit seems to have gone well. What is it you wish to do with your afternoon and evening?
Does that acrobatics check include trying to kiss Augie's ass through a mask?
To be fair, I don't think I've said anything, so you could infer the gesture of maybe doing that.
Alvaril would remember, but it's. I guess what is our? We've technically completed our assignment, right? We can get back to the guild.
Well, you know that you have to investigate the claims and get proof of the necromancy.
Oh, yeah, the proof part.
You have escorted Relevant to the peace talks, which are not necessarily done, but your part of it is, per se.
Okay.
So once we are left alone by Aki, may I address said group?
The floor recognizes Muffinito.
Thank you. Fuck, I forget what point of this would be. Whatever. Plowing through this.
Avaril yields 4 minutes of time to the guest.
Looking at Demirius, I say, some of us may need to rest after such an exciting day. I propose that we head back immediately.
What do you
Same
mean? I'm fine.
However, it stands to reason that if people came out to attack us on the water and said boat is currently docked nearby, they now know that we are here in the city. So walking back, Israel, you need to keep an eye out for anyone following. I will try and blend into the crowd and keep some distance to see if I pick up anyone trying to follow. And let's hopefully try to avoid leading them back to the safe house.
You start sobering up a little bit. Not too much, but still intoxicated.
I was hoping it'd be lower so I could do a funny moment, but
Overtly belligerent on the way back.
no, I was gonna be like, I could go all day and like slap my gut and
Blah!
run and vomit somewhere. Yes, exactly.
That momentary, you just slap your gut. Everybody's like, and all you hear is the gut.
Right, and I'm like, "Huh? I need to go."
So you're going back to the safe house then?
2 seconds of just.
Wait, weren't we not going back to the safe house?
Oh,
we are,
but
I
we
was
were
just
going to make sure that we're not being followed.
Through like an indirect route where we can like duck through some alleys and see if people are trying to follow us. That kind of thing is the intended.
Idea.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of lean on my staff and say, "Lead the way."
Onward.
So once we leave the castle proper and kind of get mixed in the crowd, I will proper vanish amongst the people and then kind of follow them at a distance.
All right.
Try to keep an eye out for anyone following them.
You know what? That sounds like a wonderful idea.
All right,
Maybe
well,
I'll
give
do
me
that too.
2 stealth checks for the pair of you.
Do you want the stealthy check for once I vanish?
If that's what you're doing, yes.
Okay, so it'll be this plus an additional 20 because I'm moving.
Okay.
And that's just for the first 24 seconds or so. That's to get truly like lost in the crowd, and then after that, my stealthing around will be that, which is just 28.
I'll do that one, and then I will follow with the worst one.
And
Yeah.
then give me perceptions.
What the actual fuck?
What? We get ridiculous stealth bonuses.
What, you don't like these shenanigans numbers? These are the best numbers for shenanigans. Really fucking high.
Yeah. You could fail into an almost success.
That's a trash perception. That's a better perception.
There's one perception. That's the other one. Levi, you just need to make a fortitude based character.
Why'd you do 2 perceptions?
Did you not ask for 2?
No.
I thought you asked for 2.
I said the 2 of you make a perception.
Oh, that's where I
Oh.
heard the 2.
Whoops.
Well, take the first then. It was 12 and
Yeah,
trash.
you can take the first one. It was 20.
You don't catch anyone following or chasing? You're able to skirt in and out?
Get some drinky drink. Maybe
So,
I'll make it
issues.
for you.
And you make it back to the safe house unhindered.
What is the windows situation in the safe house? Is it just like the one entry door? Are we like attached housing here? as
Correct. It is
appears on the
attached
map?
housing on both sides of the wall. So you only have front windows.
Okay.
It's a 1-story building, so there's only like 3 windows in the front.
And
two
no
on each
roof
side of the
panel,
door.
no roof access.
No roof access. except for the chimney.
Okay. Once we get back, I'll check with people to see if anyone's planning on going out.
Upon
This
returning,
Oh,
in
yeah,
appreciation for your efforts, he was given a discretionary fund, and he provides each of you 500 gold.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well done.
Demirius happily takes it and then promptly falls face first into the nearest bed.
Right. You gotta roll to see if you actually hit the bed.
He's not that drunk. He hits the
Come on,
bed.
there's always a chance he can roll one. He gets to the side of the bed and immediately falls right in the space between them.
Does anyone have any specific plans to do anything? Is there any stores people want to go to?
I kind of do, but that's one of those. Hang on one second here. 14, 27. Just got to add in that monetary thingy so I know what I'm referencing later.
I think we need to.
Avril, just so you know, you got Brillavant gave you 500 gold.
Oh, cool.
Out of a discretionary fund.
I think we need to investigate the boat in the dock, in the pier, docked at the pier, whatever words. But I think today is a bad day to do that, since at least one of us is not in a
Fighting peak
fully
condition.
sober state. And we also want to approach it at night, but I think we should take the day tomorrow to kind of blend in and watch the boat at the docks and see
What
traffic.
what time are we looking at right now? Of day.
You are looking at probably about 12 o'clock.
Midday?
Midday. 12 noon.
12 noon.
So you have all afternoon, all evening, and all night yet.
Well, I'm kind of curious because I have a couple of items that I have sort of. I don't know. We've been walking through town. I'm assuming we hear things or see maybe things offhand, like maybe on the way back. Let's see here, because we're.
What are you looking for?
Items to make my appearance be less of an issue.
Well, there is clothes vendors and bread vendors and meat vendors and fruit vendors. People peddling trinkets.
Curious how you thought fruit and meat were going to change my appearance.
Oh, I'm just telling you what just passive what you would have seen.
Do you want to get a trench coat for a 6-foot tall person, and then one of us can hop on the other?
I mean, we do have an acrobatics ability, but hey, we could do that. Get a couple of sticks to represent his arms.
Brooms or something.
Does the party want to go shopping? You have a plethora of shops that you know of. You can go looking for other ones as well.
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe we could, with the buddy system.
You've gotten a little bit of cash influx.
Would it make sense? Would I have anything that I needed to do?
Craft Wonders item?
Yeah, Craft Wonders item.
What do you need?
The storehouse? I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Let's to change this.
Well, let's find out.
Well, first, just usually you find whatever it is you want to craft, and it'll kind of give you a breakdown.
I mean, I'm just saying that if we've got time, I could do this retroactively.
No,
I'm going to say that I'm just crafting wondrous items. There we go.
Well, I would imagine you need certain tools and items at hand. Materials.
That's fair. So, in which case, we'll just call it for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those things where whatever you're trying to make, you'd have to have a kit for it. So like a sewing / tailor's kit for clothes and
Well,
such.
not necessarily. I think it was more imbuing the power, Yeah,
I'll just use the workshop at the guild when we get back.
right. Takes 1 day for each 1,000 gold, and its price, great owner. Let's use raw materials costing half of the base price. So, I would say you're crafting something, so you
Yeah.
need appropriate tools to do such. You're just
That's
able
fair.
to do it magically.
Can I find one of these?
I don't know. Do you want to go looking for one of those?
Yeah.
All right. Buffnina's leaving.
Fine with that.
Leaving safety of home. Who's going to go with on this shopping journey?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like anytime. It's one of those things where it's just like, if I ever go do something or we walk into a situation, I'm the one being followed. Now I'm going to do it.
Brillavant is preparing to send off his report back to Sylvania. So he says he's going to stay behind, but he doesn't feel at this point that the risk is there. The Duke now knows he has arrived. So the outward risk of his safety is diminished at this point. So if all 4 of you wish to leave to go shopping, that's fine.
I think we should do it in shifts. Like 2 go, 2 stay.
I think that's fair.
I'll give Demiris a chance to completely sober up. Who is now currently sleeping in a bed, so it's either we leave him 100% sort of alone and drunk with an NPC.
Nah, I would stay, but I can stay behind. I agree with the buddy system.
Okay. Where are the pair of you going? You're looking for somewhere to find magical items?
Oh, that's right. I gotta pull up the thing.
Yeah, so we would probably go to Fate and Figurines or Demekos' Tarot. Number 3 or number 4, blue. I guess
That's
starting
it.
at number 4.
Sounds right. I might unable to. Where did you post that? Wholesale,
Handouts.
was that?
Handouts.
Handouts, there it is. Okay. Open that in browser because it's easier to see. And I can switch through and back and fro.
All right. Hey, Muffinita.
Mhm.
Roll me a d20. Bum, bum, bum.
Sad. A meteor exactly 1 mile in diameter hits the city. Roll reflex.
As you hit right here, a gaggle of adventurers that seem familiar cross your paths once again. There's a fighter, a monk, a rogue, another fighter, a sorcerer, and a bard. The initial fighter, the half-orc, points at the goblin and went, "Hey, it's you again."
Haha! I will roll diplomacy. And then I will say, the good party we ran into. I do apologize again for yesterday's not conniption, but encounter, and I hope, in the spirit of goodness, that you have forgiven us of any trespass that has come across, that may have transgressed.
And
And
the
yes,
sorcerer
I did
just
intend-
ushers the fighter along and goes, "All is forgiven. Our fault too. Have a great night. Bye. Or a great day." And they continue on their way.
Did
Many
a
wonderful
goblin
blessings upon you.
did a goblin just confuse somebody by reading a thesaurus?
Yeah, confused a fighter half orc.
Yes, I confused him. We're eating a Dinosaurus.
Because
I
roll me a perception, Muffinita.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna avoid this fight.
The
as
rogue
much as
seems to be
possible.
staring right at you with a smirk, but just continues on like nothing is going on.
Do I recognize him or something?
No. In fact, your memory doesn't remember seeing him the last time you encountered this party.
Out of character,
Shit.
do you want me to spook you to see if it makes you remember?
We got
Oh my god.
out stealth. Israel.
Do you
Like,
check your possessions?
Wait,
I
who
mean-
did they bump into?
Last time?
Yeah,
Into I think it was
the emissary, right?
yes.
So I can't check his possessions from here.
No, but you can check your own.
Okay, I'll check my possessions.
You seem to be missing a health potion.
I was about to say, joke's on you, I don't have one, but apparently I do.
Well, apparently you don't.
Or I did.
Negative space. Ah. Wait, hang on. Do I get to roll to see if I perceive what is being not the rogue part, but Muffinita checking.
Oh yeah, Muffin is checking their possessions.
I guess are you checking stealthily?
No, this is more like a visible pat down of self.
What? Huh? Are you missing something? Did you forget something? Do we need to go back?
I scowl and then say, no, let's carry on.
Hang on, let me see here. Does this make me feel like I need to pat myself down?
He has no idea why Muffinito was doing it. Just copies, just touching self.
Well, I know Muffinita's patting themselves to check for things. Because it's like, you can pat yourself or check pockets, but like, nope, I feel no concern whatsoever of any stolen items I might not have anymore. I mean,
All
any
right.
items that I not have anymore.
You walk into Demako's tarot, and you are greeted by a purple male tiefling who is sitting on their counter, just filing their nails. He looks up and goes, "Ah, hello.
Hi.
What is it that you seem to be in search of today?"
I would like something to cover up this. And I'll point to my face.
Oh, honey, there's not a lot that can
Something.
cover that up.
But something that I can just put on, not like gesturing in like a fashion of clothes or ring or something. So I don't have to.
You're looking for something magical, not just makeup. Oh,
Correct. Other than so I don't have to constantly wear this, as I'll gesture to the face mask on the side of my face.
well. So you're just looking for any good old thing, then I take it.
If it works.
And what about you, young miss?
I am in the market for a cracked Dusty Rose Prism Ion Stone.
Oh, well, fuck me sideways. Aren't you particular?
I am. Girl knows what she wants.
A girl knows exactly what she wants, honey. Well, let me see what we have. Go and mill about the shelves to see if there's anything else that sparks your interest or your needs. We have health potions and other types of potions.
I mean, I will, I guess, perceive, because there's also another item that I'm curious about, but I don't know, per se, of its existence. Not here, let me just
Sorry, taking notes. What did I just miss?
He's checking to see if he has the items that you're looking for.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. There's a lot to type.
He told you to mill about the store and look at the shelves. He has potions and oils and other things.
Then look, I shall.
Is there anything particular you're looking for?
Nope. Just idling.
Israel, you said you're looking for a particular item. Is there one that?
Yeah, I'm sending them kind of to you at the moment, just to give you that one out of the way.
Open my
Out of the way.
items at this place.
I mean, you know which one I'm particularly looking for first, if you're.
Yes. I already know that.
Damn, that actually tastes pretty good. Never thought that mixing tea and brandy would work.
All right.
About them Mets.
Oh, this is kind of. I'm learning a little bit about the ion stones. I didn't realize, the cracked and flawed give two different things.
Yup.
Cool bunch of shenaniganery you can get up to, and it's not terribly expensive.
Nope.
You just want to be able to possibly hit somebody in the face when you get close enough to them, don't you, Manita?
I just like having really high nit for this build I'm doing.
We actually had that once where the Ion Stone guy did that. He gets right up in your face. And he's like, okay. And so he's going to get hit in the face with the stone.
So he comes back out from the back and has a small case and goes, "Darling little goblin, I ain't got nothing that will cover those green features of yours. Not here, not today.
Bad.
But that ion stone produces exactly what you're looking for, the Dusty Rose Prism. Is this what you're looking for then? Wanted cracked, correct?
Cracked, yes, please.
I got it for, you can buy it for a sweet 750.
$750? Surely you jest.
Surely you aren't trying to think I'm trying to pull a fast one, are you?
That is easily well above market price.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, no, I will try to. I suppose I can try to talk them down.
Yes.
Or negotiate a more amicable price.
I'm all ears.
All ears. Oh god, I hate having to think of things sometimes. I would probably have to go with this is you said a female?
Male.
Male. Show that good sack. We could find some amicable way to make this good for both our parts, our sides, maybe line your pockets with a fair trade and monetary value, but while also not leaving us bereft and wanting. And mayhaps we might regale people of your great store and its bountiful gifts for future patronage, and also our own.
The tiefling just stares at you for a moment, turns and looks at you, Muffinito, and go, "Where'd you find this goblin?"
I kind of look over in a similar expression and back and say, "That's a long story."
Fair enough. I can do 600. Not a copper less.
I'll agree to 600.
Congratulations. They close the case, exchange for the 600 gold, and very pleased with his profit margin. And goes, I do hope you regale of your many sought after friends of the deal you got today.
Indubitably, my good tiefling. And hang on, just because it's a running theme of fun, I will do a flourishing bow as I leave with Muffinito. Not my best work, but whatever.
Once we got outside, I'll turn to Israel and just say, "Well, this is pretty much all I came to look for. What is it you needed? Something like a mask? Should we head to like a tailor or?"
No, it's an item I read about in a book. I'm just pulling this out of my ass, kind of. But I'm sure I've read books that allows you to not look like what you are when you wear it. And I feel like it would just make things a little bit easier sometimes when we are in cities like this. And, for like the group and stuff. And I'm going to be kind of like sheepish, but also my tone would probably denote that sometimes it does actually, my feelings get hurt.
I'll kind of lean back and thinking emoji. Well, there are a couple other enchanters we could go check out if you're up to it.
His ears will perk up. And he'll get a really happy, chagrined smile and say, "That would be nice. You are the bestest of friends."
Don't mention it. Let's head to Wondrous Aura. Blue 2.
Blue 2. And we're coming from what? Blue 3?
4.
4. Okay, so we're going to cross the moon bridge. All right. Onward. Hi-ho, silver, away.
Cross the moon bridge.
As we're walking, I say, "You mentioned reading books. Was one of those perhaps a thesaurus?"
I mean, there was this one book, and it had nothing but words and what they meant. And I think he called it a dictionary. A dictationary?
Dictionary.
But I've never heard of this Thyrosaurus that you talk about.
Is it delicious?
It sounds good, though. How do you cook it?
One would say it is great.
While you're traversing, back in the safe house with Avril and Demirius. Demirius, you wake up from your nap. Still not quite better, but manageable.
Well, Yeah, you're probably right.
Avril, what have you been doing amidst the time?
I probably would have just been having a lighthearted conversation with like Relevant. Like, how'd you get into like being a diplomat? Like, what are some of the things that you have to study? Like that kind of stuff.
He's very similar to you in the sense of knowledge is power. He chases knowledge where he can. He just, early in his career, he took an interest in orc politics because it was his first assignment as a young lad.
Very cool.
And when, as you come out of the room, Demarius, he looks up and goes, well, you, look like you've seen better days. And he proceeds to start making you a cup of tea.
Oh, gosh. I knew we needed to drink, but I didn't think we needed to drink that much.
Yes, the orcs of this city enjoy their ale far too much. Though I have to say, I appreciate you joining me because normally I end up the one drinking it, but you were able to stave that off for me, and I am very grateful.
Happy to help.
Is there any information or questions or conversation the pair of you wish to encounter or have?
Nothing meaningful.
How I'm gonna ask Relevant, how often or how many times have you dealt with Harry?
Oh, Henry.
Henry? Was it Henry? Henry.
Every visit. He has been the advisor to the last Duke, and the current Duke kept him as an advisor this time, which is typically uncommon for most. They bring on their own advisors, but Henry seemed to make the cut. Why do you ask?
Well, there's one thing I do remember is that he's hiding something. And when we walked into that room and I took my first looks at him, I couldn't help but sense some pretty disturbing dark energy coming.
You don't say. You think he's the one behind the attack then?
I don't know if he's the one behind the attack, but definitely there's more to him than he is portraying.
You know, the library keeps records of each ruler's advisors and staff. Is a history of each written history.
I'll look over at Alvaro and be like, care for another trip to the library?
Care for another trip? Go! He starts pushing the pair of you out the door.
Okay.
Well, shouldn't we wait for the other two to come back?
And if they don't come back until tonight?
As long as you feel okay.
I will be fine. He, picks up the dagger. The thing that Israel gave me. I will protect myself. And he puts it away. Now go. The nation needs you more than you need to be here protecting me.
Very noble position to take, and not everybody would. So, all right, let's go.
All right, we'll make haste.
So,
Hey, Levi.
oh.
Roll me a d20.
Well, no. Before we do that, before we do any of that,
wait.
when I assume Relevant is like slamming the door as soon as we walk out. Wait, can I do a sense motive on that?
Yeah.
Thank God.
On Brillavant?
Yeah.
He
that
is
outburst all of a sudden.
He's genuinely concerned about the information you brought forward and how the negative energy the dark energy that you seem to sense radiating off of Henry. He is concerned not only for Sylvania, but for Elsad. You feel that despite him just being an ambassador and emissary between the nations, he's come to love this nation because of how often he's frequented.
All right, well, let's go learn us some history, shall we?
History, you say?
The famous
Anyways.
words.
Levi, D20.
Oh, damn, son. Stop rolling them now.
All right.
You say
2 in one day.
I refuse to roll for the rest of the.
Oh, I spelled that wrong.
I refuse to roll on the grounds of it'll make things I can't roll better.
Truly, it's all downhill from here.
All right. As you're making your way towards the library, at a certain point, roll me a pair of perceptions. Both of you.
Both of us a pair or one per person?
One per person. Good. Your perceptions, you are crossing over kind of like a 4-story, like, joined housing apartment style. You hear the clatter of windows being, shutters banging against the wall. And as you look up, you see someone throwing their chamber pot out the window. Roll me reflex saves.
Jesus Christ, what is it?
No.
What has gotten into you? Ugh.
Oh no!
I mean, I can tell you what got into you. That's somebody's pee-pee.
Not to be more like what came out of their pee-pee.
I'm going to burn a fervor so I can swift action guidance on myself.
Just grab.
Oh my God. So we both roll 5s. Cool. Love that for us.
That's what you get for being in an orc city genuinely seeking knowledge.
Implied, people don't just like leave their chamber pot stewing all day and empty it once. If somebody was just doing number 1, they went to empty it, it would just be number 1 inside.
Just a nice slurry. Oh.
No, there's no let it mellow in chamber pot era.
No. And
No.
unfortunately, you both have the unfortunate shower of the golden variety.
God, I hope you guys have prestigitation.
Prestige.
I don't.
I don't think clerics have access to that.
Prestidigitation?
I don't think it's on my spell list. Nope, it's not on mine.
Ripperoni.
Is there a fucking
Alvarel, high or low?
Low.
After some chuckles of some passerbys, one older lady proceeds to go, "Oh, you poor lads. Let me direct you to a bathhouse."
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And the local bathhouse that's the wrong color. It's right there. It gives you detailed directions on how to get there.
Well, I guess it's a detour, but
It will take you about an hour between cleaning yourself and having your clothes laundered in the process.
I doubt they will let us into the library in such
Yeah.
a state. So we should do this.
I would feel bad about handling a book at this point.
You should go to the priest again for disease checks, says implied. All right. The bathhouse will cost each of you a silver for the bathing and a silver for the laundering.
Done.
That's an easy sale. And you know what? I bet it feels pretty good to get that like steam and like just sweat out your hangover.
Oh, for sure. I'm living this up.
All right. Back to our smaller compatriots. The pair of you make
Whoa.
it to...
Whoa, our heights do not define us.
Sure. Make it to Wondrous Aura.
Didn't you try to define somebody as necromancy-ish earlier?
Yeah?
Carry on.
What's your point?
Carry on. No worries.
That's what I fucking thought.
As you enter Wondrous Aura, you're greeted by a female dwarf with a much more impressive beard than you could imagine.
Nice.
Welcome to my shop. What kind of aura are you looking for today?
Kind of what?
Aura. What kind of aura are you looking for today? Are you hard of hearing? For such large ears, I would think you could hear me.
Now, I don't know what an aura is.
Oh. My apologies. An aura is defined the distinctive atmosphere or quality that seems to be surrounded and be generated by a person, thing, or place.
Israel pulls out his dictionary and he's like, oh, can confirm.
Hang on. I just learned something new. I had to check to see if I actually am comprehending this. Yes. I am going to pull out my little piece of paper and stuff, and I will inscribe that entire description right on it. And then put it away. And then I will have a less than last time's bow and greeting. And then...
What can I help you find today?
I was hoping...
tonics and potions and oils of all sorts of kinds.
Would you be able to help me? I don't know if you carry the item, but maybe you do know who might? And then I will describe what it is I'm looking for.
Oh.
If they can...
that is not in my normal capability. I don't know if anyone else would have it. You might want to check if you haven't been to Demaco's Tarot would be one place, or Fate and Figurines would be another one.
Fate and Figurines is our next stop from here, as luck would have it.
But if you're looking for something you can use to disguise yourself, I have something that might be useful. She hops down from her stool that's behind the counter and goes out into the shelves, and you hear some clanging around.
Bottles jingling.
Yep. And comes back with a few. Let's go. Comes back with 6 bottles. These are potions of disguise. They can I will have to make some alterations to them. Because these are just the base versions of them. But if you tell me what you want to look like, I can make the alterations, and then you'll be able to disguise yourself and how you're trying. Is that something you would be interested in? They'll be about 30 gold apiece.
And do they? What do they do? They just change your one, like your face, or
They'll change you completely for 16 hours.
is there any way to? I'd be stuck that way for 16 hours.
Correct.
I'll take 3 of them.
Okay.
And can you? I'll give each one a different description, and we'll go off of that one item's 3 different descriptions.
What would those be? She's taking notes.
Taking notes. One would be a halfling.
Okay.
And then the other one would be a gnome, and then the other one would be a human child.
Okay.
And then
When do you need them?
I can. When would they be available? I'm at your convenience.
If you come back tomorrow morning, I should have them ready.
Perfect. That sounds most agreeable.
I will require, so it'll be 90 gold. I require half up front. Then half when you pick them up.
My dear lady, I trust you indubitably, and I will pay the full price.
Oh, you sweet thing. Takes the coin, writes a receipt. What's your name?
Israel.
Um,
And I will spell that.
I kind of give him a soft elbow.
Yes.
You don't want to use your title?
My title?
Israel the Bad?
Oh,
Yes, that thing I just acquired. Yes. I am known as Israel the Bad, and I will have my brooch. I don't know.
well,
if
isn't
makes
that
a difference.
just a shining example of prowess? It's not every day a goblin gets one of those.
Oh, I have been told. Do you know how many goblins have gotten them? I will look on with
Oh.
eagerness.
And I would say in my time, I've only heard of 2. You're the 3rd.
Amazing. I am the 3rd. That is known. In her time.
If you wish to know more, you should go to the library. They have a section that details the history of everyone that has ever been bestowed the title before you. That specific title, even.
Mayhaps, yes. That sounds like a great idea. But first, we must quest on.
Muffinita visibly slumps.
Come now. We have more adventuring to do. Unless there's something you want in here. Did you want something?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. And we persist in our adventure.
Persist.
So once
And
we
then-
get outside, I'm like, do we have to go to the library?
If you want, you can drop me off, but first I still want to see if we can find the items I seek. And if there's time left in the day, perhaps we will. Are you hungry yet?
Nah, I think I'm okay for now. Did you still want to go and find potentially at the initial item you were looking for at the Fate and Figurines?
Correct.
Okay.
I do.
And then from there, if there's time, we could go to the library, but I figure we should go back to the safe house to find the rest. The others might be wondering where we are if we are taking too long.
No,
And then
good.
if we don't even manage to see them there, if they've gone out, then we should just head in the opposite direction of the library, because that's clearly where they would be going, because they already went to the library, right? You can strike that part from the record. I just did that to see your reaction wholesale.
It's fine.
That was incredibly complicated, but I do so agree.
Do the pair of you take to the main road, or do you risk cutting through alleys?
Where are we going? We're at two.
Before we leave, or like as we start to head off to the next store, I just kind of stop and kind of just tilt my head, and then I just look back at Israel and say, "Yeah, I guess you might be right. We should go to the library after going here."
I will perk my ears up and say, okay, we can do that. Maybe get food somewhere along the way. Maybe we can bring them back food. Wouldn't they be happy? I'm always happy when I have food.
Sure, we
You can just DoorDash.
there's a tavern right by where the library is, if I'm not mistaken.
Most agreeable.
Assuming, out of character, we were told the direction of the library by the others when they got back from it the day before. Or 2 days prior.
I think we would have probably walked past the library on our exiting of the castle.
Yeah. It's one of their routes. Anyway, back to our freshly cleaned and bathed people.
I gotta do that at least 3 more times before we leave.
Agreed. That was
You have at the tail end of your bathing, you have a choice of lilac, daffodil, or passion fruit for your scents.
Passion fruit, always.
lilac easily.
And fortuitous timing, because I am an excellent GM, as you guys are crossing the moon bridge, you perceive a pair of short individuals that are very recognizable.
Hey, that doesn't define them.
They are short.
Hold on, do they perceive us?
You're not actively sneaking.
Yep, you weren't actively sneaking, so they perceive you. And in turn...
Oh my god.
Fair enough.
Hang on, wait.
Yep.
Wait.
Israel, you see Demarius approaching. Muffinilla, you also see Demarius approaching. He's trying to be sneaky, and you...
All right, now this is what this warrants. This now you deserve this.
I won't go into stealth, but once Demirius reaches us, roll bluff. Oh, Demirius! Where did you come from?
And then the same kind of process. Like some people walk past them, and Israel just vanishes.
I just stop and I put my hands on my hips and I go, "You're no fun."
I stifle a laugh behind my hand.
What are you guys doing?
Where are you
Enjoying life.
God, you were drunk.
Well, now we have to see if you perceive. But if you don't, and if you're not actively trying, I will just sort of walk out from underneath. I'm assuming you're wearing a cloak of some kind.
I'll since I did get a 21 on my perception, I'll just say, and Israel, wherever you are.
Oh no, I'm trying to if Demiris has a cloak or a long thing, I was going to try and sneak out behind from just appearing. Since he didn't roll a perception, I'm just going, "Hi, what you doing?"
We were going to the library. There was some concerning things that Demarius brought up about the advisor of the Duke.
Burlevon basically kicked us out to go to the library.
Yeah, he was very concerned about it.
About you guys learning something?
No.
Yeah, which
well,
I appreciate the enthusiasm. I mean, that's the way that all of you should be taking learning and books.
he was concerned about the information I provided, and he wants us to go read.
Should we come with? This seems a bit important. I'll look directly at Israel. We have to go tomorrow morning to pick up the stuff you ordered anyways, so we can go to the other place from there. It's not too far.
Yeah, why don't you come with? The weird thing is...
That makes sense.
The weird thing is, for whatever reason, their section on magic is locked, and their section on religion requires signing out, so just keep that in mind if you're looking for anything in particular.
They also might not let them in. So be courteous. Hopefully they will.
I'll relay a combination of, if we're with the emissary, plus I'll just point at the brooch. This seems to be a all access path. We're looking to potentially find some history about the 2 other goblins, at least, that have been awarded some kind of title, such as Israel.
I am the third.
The shop keeps
in a dwarf lady's history of knowledge. I am the third goblin to ever have gotten one of these. I don't know how old she was. How old do dwarves get?
Pretty old.
Pretty old, yeah.
Not as old as
Eld.
I didn't know that. But I like knowing things. So, this seems like a good idea. I will relent in my search today for the greater pursuit of knowledge. Now, let us all persist to the library.
I love your use of persist so much.
So gotta pick a word for the day.
Also, roll a d20. Okay.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 19.
As you're DMing, you look up and see that these window shutters have slammed open above you.
No, that was a 20.
Roll a reflex.
I was hoping he rolled a natural 1 so that he would lose DM privileges.
Immediately assigns a player character to become the new DM. No, you'd have to roll a D100 and then get 1.
Mirius, you see this.
What?
As you're walking down the way towards the library, in one of the alleys, you see a very familiar symbol that is faintly glowing. It's a compass with a rose in the center. The compass is pointing further into the alley. What do you do?
Is that something that you can sense motive on?
No.
Perception, I guess.
Oh, you see it.
Without saying anything, I will just veer off into the alley.
The three of you just watch Demarius walk into the alley.
Okay, we need to get better about communicating plans because now he's doing it.
No, he's not doing it. He's only half doing it. If he were doing it, he would be like this. And then
No.
You're not gonna like this, but I giggle, look at you, Alvaro, shrug, and just literally right before your eyes vanish.
I hate all of you. I continue to the library.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you envision this ever going differently once that happened?
Alright, can I see... No, I can't see Israel. Well, that's a bad time to roll that.
You
I'm
see
gonna assume...
Demarius. Demarius isn't hiding.
No, I know that. I'm gonna assume Israel is following Demarius, so I will follow Alvaro so that there's, we're still buddies.
I was gonna see, but we can go that route too.
Look at that. If it isn't the consequences of your own actions.
What? I see no problem with this.
I'll be right back.
All right, we'll go with Demarius and Israel. Israel, you're following.
And Israel, if you wish to have something to percept against, it would be a 45.
Alright, well, since you asked. Nope.
Right. Demarius, as you walk down the alleyway, you hit a T in the alley, and you still see the faintly glowing. You see another faintly glowing compass with the rose in the center, pointing to the right now. And as you turn around, if you look around, you see no one else. Well, roll perception. You see no one else.
That's fine. I'm gonna look for the direction the compass is pointing and follow it.
Away you go. You keep seeing it. Sometimes the compass is on a wall. Sometimes it's on the ground. But each time it's pointing in a different direction. You keep following it all the way through.
And it's the same symbol every time?
Same symbol every time. It's just the compass will be pointing in a different direction. Well, sometimes the same direction if it's wanting you to keep moving forward.
Do I have a sense of where I am in the city currently?
So, it started... Sorry, I gotta figure out where you were. It started at right here. And let me get a... Brought you this way. Then here, brought you this way. And then it brought you this way. And then through this courtyard. Then this way. And it's not until about right here that the compass is on the ground, pointing at a door. Undescript door. Nondescript, sorry. And give me another perception. Oh.
God.
Yeah.
Perceptions are so trash.
You still think you're alone, and the door just looks like any normal ass door. Israel, is there anything you wish to do?
I will just follow behind him.
I will knock on the door.
There's no answer.
Is there a handle?
Yep.
Try to open the door.
The door opens.
I would like to
Leads
look
into
through
a
the door.
shop of some sort.
Huh? Like the front of a shop or the
Like a front of a shop.
Okay, I thought it was like coming in the back way to a
No,
shop.
like
I was
a front of a shop.
This isn't where I parked my car.
There's shelves with all sorts of weird items. Some eccentric, some mundane. But it looks just like a shop.
So I'll enter and look around, I guess.
Israel, do you keep following?
Yes.
In through the shop you go. Behind one of the shelves, you see someone moving some stuff around. Doesn't pay you any attention at first.
I guess I'll look around the shop, see what's in here.
There's all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
You see scrolls and books and some toys, some music boxes. Make this interesting. Wonder if
And
this will
there's-
work.
You suddenly feel a tapping on your leg.
How?
All right.
When did you get here?
Two things. One, you got to try and actually hide if you're going to try and impersonate me. Two, you really need to communicate when you're going to do something like that. It's incredibly important.
You're right. But I saw the symbol of Valoria. And that has never happened. And so I felt I was just compelled to follow the symbol. Here we are. But you're right.
And now you
Right.
hear a scream from kind of an older man. He goes, "When did you get here? How'd you get here? Why are you here? I don't have it. What do you want?" He throws a ball at you.
A few moments ago, through the door, I didn't ask. And how are you?
Looks at the door. Very peculiar.
It's a
Well,
door.
welcome to Advent's Extraordinary Vanishing Vault. It's my store. It's mine. It's all mine. We have many things. Are you interested in things?
Yes.
Yes.
How
I like
about
stuff.
this? He holds up a rod. It's a rod of wonder. It's wondrous. Do you wonder?
Not about rods. But yes, I do wonder.
Or how about these? Gestures at scrolls. Or these? Gestures at more scrolls. I have this. It holds up a potion. Looks on the inside, reads the tag. It's a hat that disguises.
Put out hands and think, may I see?
Have you washed your hands recently? He says as his hands are dirty.
I suppose so. This morning when I
Okay, here you go. Unless you see the hat.
going to put the hat on. See how well it fits.
It fits.
I like it. What do you think? So I'll look at Demiris.
What does this hat look like?
It kind of looks like can't think of
Top
the name.
hat? It's like a toque, like a
Hold on, I want to make sure I got the.
trucker cap.
It's like a flat cap.
Okay.
I mean, like the paperboy hats, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
20s. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Perfect. That's what I was actually thinking a moment. My favorite type of hat.
I'll kind of look at Israel and go, it's an interesting look for you, for sure. It's not bad. Just not the style used to seeing on Goblin, I guess.
It is 800 gold. You wore it, you buy it.
What?
You have a mirror?
He goes, kata, and just slaps his hands together and opens up, and it's a full-size mirror. Like that.
All right.
Looks like a hat.
Looks like a hat on my head.
Yep.
Okay. I don't look different, but I do look better. And then I suppose in this instance,
Wait, how does it disguise?
does it activate?
Oh. Well, I suppose you just say how you want to be disguised. Like, you want to look like a gnome. Just really think about it.
Let's see here. I would like to look like a halfling shopkeeper.
Well, part of it activates. You, with a shimmer, you transform from looking like a goblin into a halfling. Wearing the same clothes.
Wow. I'm shocked it actually worked.
I will.
Oh, wait, no, it does. It does more of a shopkeeper look, like an apron.
Well, I will deposit. I will walk over to the guy, I'm assuming, because he's not standing next to me.
No.
And I will deposit 800 gold coins into his possession.
Before you do that, he goes, "Ah! When did the halfling get here? Where's the goblin?"
I'm right here. Oh, I'm right here.
Ah! Takes 800 gold and goes, "Ah! People are weird."
Were you gonna say something?
Oh, I will go back to the mirror and probably toil around with it for a little bit, trying to figure out different modes of disguise. Or different, like, what I can do with it. Assuming the mirror didn't disappear.
No.
Okay.
Approaches you, Demirius. Goes, "How about this?" And holds out a stick.
What is it?
It's a stick of returning. He goes, "Watch." He throws it. And it hits the ground, bounces a few times, and just poof, vanishes. Just wait, it'll return. He just stares at you. 2 minutes go by, the stick appears back at his feet. He picks up. "See? Stick of returning."
It's just a stick?
Yeah. I bought it from a woman. Oh, what city was that? Oh. He trails off and he taps his chin with the stick. And he just kind of stares vacantly for a minute.
Would I be able to do a potential spellcraft to see if it's more than just a stick?
Yeah,
like-
go ahead. It is absolutely a magical stick.
A stick. Okay.
So what your spellcraft, just from looking at it without holding it, you can't really tell, but it's very much magical.
Well, obviously, if it has the returning property on it.
You can't pinpoint on how or why it returns.
I will ask.
And then he goes, "Oh, I got it from Varian, a woman in Varian."
Do I know where that is?
You have no idea.
I'm like, oh. Okay then.
But for you, it can be yours. 50 gold. Woo! Waves it at you like you know, like how people would like take a pencil and make it like look rubber. He does that.
Just for shits and giggles, I will buy it.
Aha! Perfect.
Let me just add magic stick to my inventory.
Give me a second, and I will.
Stick of returning.
Oh, right. Sorry. Hyphen returning. Okay. Getting this. Okay. So I'll ask the shopkeep if he was the one that put up the rose and compass symbols.
Rose and what
leading to
is?
the shop. Do you get customers often?
No, not at all.
How come you don't have a sign
Sign?
outside your shop?
I don't know. Can I interest you in this? He holds a bottle of some. These items just like appear in his hands. It will make you feel better. Spellcraft. Okay.
I'm just like, I don't expect anything great for me.
Even with that check, you can tell you can tell it's same color as a potion of cure wounds. You can't identify which cure wounds, but it seems to be off color. I have 3 of them. You can have all 3 for 150 gold.
How much do cure light wound potions normally cost?
I don't remember.
Trying to suss if this is
Appraise check.
I don't fucking have appraise.
That seems like a good deal.
Hmm.
Seems like a great deal.
I will look over what all the shenaniganry. I will roll a praise to the question.
From your time of helping Alvaro and them explaining the price and the cost of it, that sounds about right. But it's definitely not the same color of the potions that you helped make.
I'll kind of Sensing that I was led here for a reason, I kind of want to like do sort of like pray or try and like sense why it is I was led to this store. Looking for any sort of like sign or guidance.
No sign, no guidance. You hear nothing.
Ah,
I know what you need. He points at the halfling. You look like a spellcaster. I got this. And he holds up a book. And he holds it outward. And
what?
do either of you speak? Hold on. Elven.
Nope.
Hell no, why the fuck would I speak Elven?
Well, then you can't read the title.
Dead language.
He's like,
I can
it's the
Excuse
perfect.
I can roll linguistics to see if I recognize that it
You
might be
reckon-
Elven.
You recognize it as Elven.
I can't read that. But hang on a second. We'll go with this one.
While
I
he's
suppose
doing that,
I could just suppose like recollection would be a perception.
It would be a probably
Like to recall something in your mind.
probably just a base intelligence check.
Okay, that's what I thought. So,
while this is happening,
but I do know
can I-
somebody who can.
Yes.
What is it? Other than
It's a magic book. Book of magic. Woo!
do you know what kind?
I don't. I'm not a wizard.
Oh.
What?
How much is it?
2,000 gold.
Uh,
I can open a
Yeah.
line of credit for you guys.
What?
and what does that entail? What's credit?
Then he
I'll ask
moves
Garrett.
moves on to other items.
While this is happening, I want to like look around the shop. Am I like anything of note? Anything interesting?
Give me
Anything
a
that-
roll a 1d12.
Anything that catches my eye? Anything
you catch-
that?
One of the first things that pops up is as you're milling about on like a mannequin like that would hold a necklace, you find an amulet. And you'll like in like a thrift store, all around the tag there's like a 2,000 gold tag on it. And when
Oh.
you flip it over, it says amulet of natural armor.
Cool. Well,
That's on my shopping list.
interesting. I think we might have to pay this place a visit at a later time.
You said it was 2,000?
Mhm.
That's only +1.
I mean, that we know.
What's the?
I do a spellcraft on it to try and.
I'm
Yes.
still curious about what credit is.
The
Okay, spellcraft.
Muffin's voice in your head seems pretty accurate.
Okay, well, I'll walk back up to Israel. Say,
Who right now as the shopkeeper's holding a brochure of the in-store credit that he offers.
oh no.
You can shop up to 10,000 gold. And all you will owe in addition to it in 30 days is 20% more. It's a great deal. I'll come collect it when it's time.
How will you know where we are?
Oh, I just know everything. As he
I'll,
claps his hands to one side, he opens it up, and it's a rainbow, and it says, "The more you know." And it just dissipates.
If you know everything, how come you didn't know how we got here? Or
Got
how
where?
long we'd been here?
The book, the wizard's book, how full is it? Like on the pages, because you can normally see when they write in their books what pages have been used.
He lets you take the book. Do you try to open it?
Sure, why not?
Is this going to be a case of you open it, you buy it?
Give me a strength check.
Ah, holy shit!
What the fuck?
Okay.
Fucking Excalibur over here. Excalibur.
I just want you guys to know I got a +0 in strength.
The book opens and then slam shuts. That's it.
As I have my miracle strength moment. It's a touch of godliness.
Then in your head,
All right.
you hear that.
Here. Oh.
Wow, that's impressive. That halfling there. That's impressive.
I 100% disagree.
Uh,
But now out of a fit of, like, sort of out of game spite, I'm fine with it. 20%, how much is that? I will do. Hang on. No, I'm smart. I'm smart enough to calculate that. I'll take this. I know somebody who could use it.
what?
If you know someone who can use it, I got another book for you. And then, like, reaches in his pants and pulls out another book. The Book of Missiles. Looks at the title. Volume 1.
Book of missiles.
Ooh. And tosses it and it vanishes in like a poof of smoke. And goes, how about a scroll? And then reaches behind him and holds up a scroll. This has 7 spells attached to it.
Uh-huh.
How do you have 7 spells attached?
I don't know. It's a scroll.
It's a really long scroll. It's a scroll of scrolls.
It's a scroll of unreadable spells. That's what it's called. It has 7 spells attached to it. That's all I know.
So he'll collect the full price? Or...
Plus the end.
Well, it's interest earned, so it'd be based on the number of days, and that passed since the 30 days, I suppose. But, or actually...
Or if you're looking for trinkets, he slings the scroll away, it vanishes in a poof of smoke, and then he reaches down and out of nowhere holds up a basket. And there's small little jars filled with kind of like a jelly substance in it. And on the front there's a tag on it that says gelatinous cube in a bottle.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Is it a pet? Is it a trinket? Can you tame it? Buy one and find out.
I do not want to buy one and find out.
So, out of curiosity, what is it? Is it a upfront portion, or is it a...
No, it's a credit of 10,000 gold. You can go up to 10 grand, and he just tacks on 20% on the tail of the total, and then he comes back 30 days later to collect.
Okay, so it's an automatic, and there's no way to pay him ahead.
No.
Or pay him throughout the point.
Nope. I mean, if you can find him again, you
Yeah,
can
that's fair.
pay him.
I will assume that. I will extend it, unless you're gonna tell me no.
I'll lean down to Israel and say, I don't think we should be taking line of credit. Do you want me to just foot half?
I mean, it'll kind of save us some, I suppose, and I only have enough to probably cover a quarter, and then I'll be broke.
I know what you need. We have scrolls too. And then just he puts his hand to his left and he swipes to the right, and like the whole shop shifts and turns, and you're in front of a couple baskets that say arcane scrolls and divine scrolls. And there's a bunch of scrolls inside of them.
Wild. I'll look at Israel and whisper, I guess, like, how important is this book?
Is this guy a Q? Is that what's going on here?
I happen to think it might be important, but just curious now. I'm gonna take a chance. I mean, if you're asking me, I'm gonna take a chance.
Chance on buying this book?
Yeah.
Or you want to take a chance on the credit?
Well, I want to take a chance. I mean, we can get the book and buy it. That's not like I'm gonna ham sandwich this on the whole team. If it ends up being a snuff, then I'll pay for it as best I can. Because I'm assuming in 30 days I could probably earn enough. But maybe not. Who knows?
You think you can earn 2,400 gold in 30 days?
2,200. Oh, no, you're right. 2,400. You're right. But I can...
So...
You know, out of character, it's kind of a shot in the dark sometimes. But you know, when somebody hands you a magical book, and you know somebody who could possibly use a magical book, who also likes to read books. You know that song, Take a Chance on Me?
Well, I'm dumb as a box of rocks, apparently, so... I'm going to give you the 3/4 you need to buy it.
Oh, wow. Okay, then let's go for broke. Said it was
2,000.
2,000, so you're giving me 15?
Yep.
Alright, let's do this. And then I have officially run out of money. Sort of. Heck, I just saw it.
One nameless, or one elven magic book.
All right.
I think it's about time we get going.
I agree.
Are you sure? No potions?
Nope.
Slaps his hands together, opens it to show the rod. This rod is very wondrous.
Sure it is, but unless you're giving it away for free, no can do.
Slaps it for free. How about trade?
I don't think I have anything valuable enough.
No. But how about a game?
And what happens if I lose said game?
I just take a little piece of you. That's all. If you win,
Does
you
this
can.
game involve dice rolls? Because fuck that.
If you win, this rod of wonder that is 6,000 gold is yours.
I mean, I'm never gonna tell you no when it comes to a mythical item that can do almost anything. You just have no fucking clue what it's gonna do.
As someone whose life exists for Valoria, I'm not keen on giving a part of me to some
Buddy.
random shopkeep.
Also, not the gambler in the group.
Also that.
Jesus, Rod of Wonder is hilarious.
It is.
It is. It can learn. It can lead to some pretty epic things.
A stream of 600 large butterflies pours forth and flutters around for 2 rounds.
I remember we used it 4 times in a campaign, and I almost drowned in chocolate pudding that used to be 3 black dragons.
So I am not one for games.
No, I have collected. I got what I want. I think I got something that somebody else wants.
I take my leave. Good.
Goodbye. Waves.
Oh, hang on. There we go. Now we get the exuberant leave.
What an interesting halfling. I wonder where that goblin went. And as you exit out the door, it slams shut behind you.
Well, that was certainly an interesting experience. Please don't tell the others how much we spent on that book.
Okay. And I'll do what I can to help pay you back for it. Thank you. And then I am going to give you a hug.
I trust your judgment. Hug him back.
And that means more to me than you can understand. I am going to hang on, we got to do this. I managed to keep my tears in. You are a good person. What are you wearing for armor?
Chainmail or chain shirt.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was gonna say if you're wearing like a plate mail or a greave, I'd be like, but your leg is cold.
All right, let's get to the library.
All right, speaking of the library, the single library bro.
Yeah.
You get to the library unhindered.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm with them.
You're
He
invisible.
doesn't know that.
know that.
Doesn't know that you reached the library unmolested.
Or rather, they don't know that.
This is Alvaro moment.
Yeah. Stop trying to steal Averil's moment. You walk into the library. I assume, Muffinita, you follow suit?
Yep.
How does that exactly work? Is it magical?
I would have only been invisible for like half a minute.
Oh. What do you do when you pop back out of existence? Or pop back into existence?
Continue following Alvaro.
Sneakily or just... Okay.
Stealthily. Committing to the bit.
The same orc that you saw when you entered the library the last time is shining in right there. And greets you. Welcome back.
Good afternoon.
And I see your small friends with you.
I turn around.
I wave. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, they're with me. Got more research to do today.
Ah. Well, Dresser's at the book. Please sign in.
Okay. I'll sign in. How many people have signed in since the previous time I signed in?
Probably a dozen.
Any names I recognize?
No.
Okay. I'll sign in. And I'll hand over the quill to Muffinita.
I sign my name as well.
As you approach the counter, which is normal person height, a stool slides out in front of the book so you can step up and sign comfortably.
Oh. Thank you. I step up and sign comfortably.
All right.
Not that it matters. My writing is kind of chicken scratch.
Then because Alvaro knows the library, the orc looks at you, Muffinita, and points in to his left and goes, "That way is fiction. Non-fiction is that way." And then points to his right. And then lets you in.
Yeah, I'm looking for information on lineages, change of power. Like the writ of constitution for this province probably has a section of like commanders in chief, etc., etc.
Do you ask where that section is specifically, or you just go looking for it?
I can probably go find it. Like if it's going to be nonfiction, which is an area that I was already in the last time.
It doesn't take you long to find it.
Yeah.
Some moseying in and out of areas, and you kind of get the right gist of the direction. It takes you probably about 10 minutes to find the section, and then probably another 10-15 minutes to find the book that you're looking for. Pulling a book, skimming through.
As long as you follow the Dwarven decimal system, it's really easy to find the books that you want.
Well, unfortunately for you, it follows the Orcish decimal system, which is completely ass backwards to the Dwarven.
That's the problem. That's why I was having a hard time yesterday.
But you do eventually find it after some time catching on how their system works. You get it.
Okay. So I want to know I want to see if official advisors are listed as a part of royal lineage for this country.
Yes, it does. Each lineage, each ruler, each ruling year, they list on the quote unquote cabinet that the Duke keeps. So, head royal advisor to all the way to authority of commerce, kind of deal.
Okay, and the name. So, and
roll me
go ahead.
You can roll a knowledge at advantage, either for your research, either history, local, or nobility. Beautiful. Going back many years. So how far are you starting, like with the most recent, with the current Duke of El-Sad?
Yeah, so my process is going to be, so I've got a hunch here. I'm mainly looking at records of the cabinet, not necessarily like what they've done. So I want to see kind of like this cabinet, the previous cabinet, the cabinet before that, because I know that the assistant, the advisor was in this cabinet, the previous cabinet. Were they in the cabinet before that?
So starting with the current, cabinet, it says Duke El-Sad, which is more title than anything. Underneath it says General Hoglum Axe Splitter. And then his main royal advisor is Henry Blackhand. Then as you flip back a few pages, or going back the next generation, same concept. It's the previous Duke and then main royal advisor Henry Blackhand. Flip back. Main royal advisor Henry Blackhand. You keep going?
Yes.
Same again. Now you're...
How many generations does it go?
More than a normal human life.
Roll a D100.
Are you going back until the first time you find his name?
Yes, I'm gonna keep going and going and going and going.
You keep finding his name in the records, not always as a royal advisor, but the first instance of finding his name is 200 years prior, as secretary to external affairs.
$200 years. When was Gregor the Bone Crusher's stuff? Is that also 200 years?
Longer
Longer than that? Okay.
Chiller.
I flip flop every single time I say it, and I'll
the
never
bone
get it.
chiller.
Okay, I'm gonna start taking out some parchment and pen and start taking notes. But like, I'll point it out to Muffinita, assuming that Muffinita is there with me.
Nope.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to continue just like a look around to show Muffinita. It's like, look at. Not my problem. I'll just start taking notes feverishly, unlike the first instance of Black Hand, and then their quote unquote rise to power, like as their positions gained in influence.
Start looking for him specifically.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, so now
The
that
only
I know,
other piece of information as you flip through that book and other books that you find his name in, you find that he was given a moniker of the Dissector.
Dissector? Or is that what you just said?
so monikers normally come with a thing that happened to get the moniker. Like Israel the Bad is claiming somebody else's title. So there was a bad prime, right? And they normally get that title from something. Is there anywhere that would indicate to why he was given the moniker the Dissector? Was there an
No.
inciting instinct? Okay.
No, it's just something because of your check, you were able to find something that in passages of other things
Okay.
specifically.
Seems to me that somebody with the moniker the Dissector might give off hints that are maybe necromancish.
Yeah,
'cause
but it's not a smoking gun, you know.
True.
The name.
The 200 plus years of seemingly his existence might be a
But-
better indicator.
Yeah.
Maybe he was teaching science in high school.
Unlike
just
Freddy the
dissect lots of
Bisector, sounds more like a fighter.
Are there
Man's always-
records of like edicts that he was a part of instigating? Like, can I see his fingerprints on like the policies that currently govern El Sad?
His fingerprints specifically, no.
Okay, so not necessarily.
But
Outright
you do
the
find that
involved.
he climbs the quote unquote political ladder through time.
So it's 200 years. He does it really slow, huh? So as not to rouse suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he is declared human, right? Or am I imagining that?
He's human looking.
Okay, so also not a smoking gun either. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue to take notes and just pour through a couple of other different books, like accounts, like maybe historical accounts of things that happened during his quote unquote. I'm not going to call it a reign, but like his years of operations. Like,
Okay.
I know there was the whole thing that happened in the previous monarchy, right? That caused the murderization. Has something of that magnitude happened before? Or multiple times? Okay.
That was the first. There's been, as you glance through history, there's been change of authority based on their principles of keep what you kill.
Okay.
But the last family and last duke seemed to hold reign of the nation pretty solidly. You know, for say probably 40 years.
Okay. So 40 years of that would have been with the hand, but then there's another 150-ish, we'll say, with other people, and that's not even counting however long it took for him to get into a position in the quote-unquote cabinet.
All right, Muffinita, what are you looking for?
I'm glad you asked. For about 5 minutes after peeling off from Avril, getting to the nonfiction section, I start looking to try and find where I can find something on, I don't know, famous goblins in this city. Because that's how I understand libraries to work. About 5 minutes in, I get bored and I start aimlessly wandering. And about 15-20 minutes of that, wholesale want to pull me?
No, I don't. We're at the tail end of things, so we will discuss that part later.
Then I will leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, I just saw the time.
Yep, we're getting to a key point of wrapping this up. Demarius and Israel, you make it to the library. The thing with where you were and coming out of it and walking, time doesn't seem to have passed since stepping in through that door and coming back out.
It was how short of it was. Would we have even noticed that with how short of a time we were in there?
It wasn't that short of him showing this and that.
Oh. Okay.
You would have spent a fair amount of time in there as he showed and you tried things
Show
on.
and tell.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway,
Were you in the same spot?
same spot.
Okay. That's weird. Hang on, hang on. Because it doesn't matter if we roll crap. Even with that, would I have still perceived that time is still, like, the sun's not in the position I would think it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
that's weird.
it's not particularly a notice, it's like a weird internal feeling where your body feels like time should have passed more than it perceives it had.
Or, like, the opposite. Like, my body is telling me that no time has passed, but my brain already knows differently.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Alright. That's weird. We should probably get to the library.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, you make it to the library, and Demarius, you see the same librarian that was there initially, and he goes, welcome back. I see you have
Thank
a friend. Your other friend is here and came with a friend.
They went on ahead before us. Glad to see they made it.
The orc seems visibly shocked when he looks at Israel.
Is something the matter?
Well, he has. Who did you kill?
Oh, this thing. Oh, yeah. I got it off an orc. He had many arrows in him.
Oh.
He fought very valiantly. And
He
died with
reaches underneath the counter and comes back and goes, well, you're here. Here's a key. If a section is locked, that should open it.
many things.
But understand, I don't know if you've been explained all the rules. Only you. You can't bring anyone in with you in a locked section.
Okay. And I give this to you when upon leaving?
You give that to me upon leaving.
Okay.
Don't
You'll
make me
always
come
be
hunt
here?
for it.
But you'll always be here.
Someone will be here. You return it to this desk.
Okay. Many thanks.
Sign the
Or
book.
Many thanks.
Sign in.
Forget it.
Points at the book.
I will sign Israel the Bad.
For you also, he puts out the stool so you can sign comfortably. Darius, I assume you sign.
Well, yeah.
And where do you go?
Oh, hang on a second here.
Oh no.
18 intelligence would tell me I probably could guess to a degree accurately where Averil would be.
Yeah, give or take.
Alright. Do I run into the person who tells me, or is that the desk person who tells everybody where to go?
There's people milling about that work for the library.
Okay. Is there any signs or indicators of
It's
what
in the
section's
Orcus
what?
decimal system. Do you understand Orcus decimal system?
I assume I speak Orc.
Yeah,
I
but
can read it.
But you
Having been here before, would I have an idea of where he would be?
yes, you would have an idea
know.
of what direction to go.
Does an 18 intelligence make it kind of clear?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I
18
would.
intelligence. Okay.
You can
I'll
read
just
the
say
Orcish, but
he's-
you don't understand the decimal system.
I'll motion to Israel and say he's probably in this direction,
Okay.
and we'll head in the direction I feel like he is in.
You about 5 minutes of searching the Grand Library, you find Avril at a table with stacks of books and parchment and ink and making notes.
I see he found what he was looking for.
Knowledge.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
hey guys.
I told him he needs to work on his communication if he's going to do what he did.
Yes.
Yes.
My apologies.
He
I'm
needs
sorry.
to know how to better be me if he's going to be me.
I don't think we need to.
Oh, wait, you got to actually kind of absorb the entirety of the situation. So I'm
What?
wearing the hat.
Oh yeah, it's a halfling, by the way.
Oh, right.
That's
Hey,
talking to you.
Daenerys and this random halfling.
That looks like a
Hey.
shopkeeper
Hey,
who's talking to you like he
Daenerys,
knows you.
Yeah.
Is you would still have like the same speech patterns, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a very.
Just doesn't sound like
Sounds
Israel
like-
Goblin. Just sounds like a normal halfling. But
Detect magic.
the hat is magical. So
Okay.
is a book that Israel is carrying or has
Where
somewhere on his body.
is Israel? Is that you?
Yes.
Where-
Tis I.
What's with the hat?
Oh, do you like it? I will take the hat off.
And he's back to a goblin.
I do like the hat.
It makes it so it's easier for me to get around without causing issues. And I will put the hat back on. Then, well, it's
Okay.
just- Yep.
Very
Yeah.
very cool.
And actually, I have to amend a statement. He would not have given you a key because you look like a halfling.
I was gonna mention that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, brooch would still be visible.
Yeah, but he side eyes the brooch more than anything.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay. Well, so would that cause any real disturbances?
No,
In the fact
not
of me
necessarily.
signing it? Because I'm assuming he reads it.
Yeah. He just side eye look. But he does not give you the key.
Okay, so that's what you went off to go find? Is a hat?
I went
Well,
off. 'Cause yeah.
funny story. And I
Okay.
will relay the symbols that I saw, and I followed them, found this shop.
Do I recognize any of the symbols that Demirius describes?
You know that it's similar to the symbol that's on his
Arm.
arm.
Okay.
So a religious symbol of Valoria. But short of that, doesn't mean a whole lot to you.
So you get a hat, you get a book, you avoid a bunch of debt, which is good job, by the way. Those payment plans will just eat you alive.
Yeah, I figured it was not the best choice of our funds.
And then I will produce the book.
So it's in Elven. I can read Elven. What is it titled?
The book is titled. Hold on.
I can't wait for this.
Hold on.
One bone, two bone,
Oh my
red
god.
bone, blue bone.
It is
In the flesh.
It is called the Swoley Bible, an unknown power to which no wizard would know.
The Swoley Bible, as in SWOLE.
Why? But yes.
Is this some kind of like wizard workout book?
How to make your magic swole.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and crack it open.
Give me a strength check.
We are going to pump your magic up.
I'm Hans, and I'm Wands, and we are going to pump you up.
You do not get it open. And then
Does it have like?
in your head you hear weak.
How much did you pay for this?
I nervously look at Israel.
Enough.
Israel thought it was pertinent that we acquired this book.
Enough. Not too much.
By all means. You believe it is more than not too much.
I'm going to look at them, and since it is actually a very kind gesture, I was like, well, I'll see if I can find some use from it. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Hey, check this out. And I'll show them the book, and is like, okay, this is the cabinet listing for the current ruling class for El Sab, right? You see all the names. You've got the Duke. You've got look at this guy, the hand, right? This is that guy you said was kind of giving you a weird vibe, right?
Yeah.
I'll flip a couple pages back. Here he is again. Flip a couple pages back. Here he is again. And then I flip all the way.
Number of pages. Pages on pages.
Like a chunk, like a hefty chunk. And I'm like flipping back is like, this is the first time I see his name in this. And this is dated about 200 years ago. And he's been slowly climbing the ranks ever since then.
Suspicious.
I mean, it really only matters if he claims to be like a human or something, you know? Like, I can't find any evidence one way or the other about that. Like, I'm old. My people are old. Like, dwarves are old. Like, 200 years isn't crazy for some, but like...
I mean, unless you're saying he's obviously, like, in disguise.
It's either... No, well, the thing is, like, if he was in disguise, he wouldn't choose the same moniker, right? Like, he'd like, try to be somebody else, but no, he's blatantly...
Unless that's the disguise he chose from the beginning.
I don't follow. Like, do you mean, like, he's actually somebody else, but is choosing to be the hand?
Well, do they have any records, family records, beyond this? Like, what was he before this?
That's what I was gonna look up next, but...
I mean, he looked pretty damn human to me when I was there.
Like, would you bet your life on it? Let me rephrase it. Would you bet the lives of several countries on it?
DM, would I be pretty confident of what I saw?
You're confident that he looked human. But you also are traveling with an individual that, yes, looks elvish, but has that uncanny valley feel to them on occasion. So, and you do...
That's what I mean, is that he's disguising himself to look human.
Oh, like a polymorph?
Something.
Okay. Well...
Because there's no way that he could actually be human, right? If his name... Unless, you know, it's the same...
Like, it's just a title that's passed on? Like the same
right.
way Israel the Bad?
That, or it's just like...
Speaking of Israel the Bad, are you back to Goblin Farm then?
Yeah, why not? I won't. I guess I could take the hat off. I'm assuming it's relatively...
Well, no, you can put the hat on and leave it on. It's activated.
Oh, that's, I suppose, right. I can choose to not activated even when wearing it.
Correct.
Then yeah, I'll go back into like base form. But I'm kind of in.
You guys hear the clanging of armor approach you, and a lead guard of the city guard looks around and goes, "Have you seen a halfling? Yay tall, wearing an apron, wearing one of a brooch."
Why?
You have to understand, the brooch that they're wearing, they can't have. So they had to have stolen it.
Oh. Okay.
Have you seen one?
Approach.
I don't know. You're a goblin, but oh, apologies. No, not that brooch. You're a goblin. Would have been a different, same height. Brooch wearing halfling, apron. Have you seen one?
I will bite my tongue and shake my head.
All right, must have escaped. They clamber off.
Wouldn't feels kind of.
That brooch was registered to Israel the Bad, a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
So the orc at the library, seeing a halfling walk in with that, would have maybe got someone to check on a halfling with that brooch, and then discovered that it was recently given to a goblin, and then caused a ruckus around that, I imagine.
I assume so. In the sense of these brooches are generic in a certain sense enough they don't look from a distance ambiguously different.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anyways, to get back to the conversation, I get what you're saying, Demarius. I just don't think that this isn't enough evidence yet.
No, you're right.
There's
You're
gotta
right.
be more.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that there's something fishy though. The next step I was gonna do is and actually you might be able to help me with this now that you're a recently trained diplomat. Just start pouring through some legislative measures and some like minutes of Senate to try and get a little bit more information, maybe newspaper or publications about maybe the hand or anything. See if he's kept a squeaky clean political life or he's got any kind of evidence. I mean, 200 years in power, you're gonna make a mistake at some point. So it's just a lot of books to go through. Get comfortable.
And on that note, we will wrap it up here.
Demarius.
And
Demarius just cried.
I will touch base with you, Muffins, later regarding what you want. And we'll call this ending with Muffinita finding the party together.
Sounds good.
So, Avril, if you send me a list of things that or post a list of things that you guys are looking to find information out on.
Yeah, I will. I'll put some time into thinking about like what would be if I'm trying to deduce information from historical records, what is the best way to do
You can
that?
post it into the general chat.
Yeah, I was going to post it.
Since you guys are going to be researching together. Aww. Nerds.
It's going to be a lot of, hey, hold this book open at this page. Hey, hold this book open at this page. While I look like Charlie in the mailroom.
I feel like Demarius is kind of curious about the book that was purchased. Because Israel opened it and was like, we need to buy this. And then
It needs to do things.
Alvaro
can't open it.
Can't open it and says it's worthless. And so now he's like,
That's not what I said. I did not say that. I asked him what you paid for it, and I said it was a very nice thing to do. At no point did I perjure myself.
He's still going to be curious about.
All right. I need 2 seconds. Be right back.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. So I guess.
Okay, bye. Thanks for playing. I'm officially broke.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you think?
So murdering wholesale. This is gonna be a flop.
Good job finding the devil and his store.
Right? As soon as he said, I'll just take a piece of you, I was like, no, we're leaving. We're getting out of this fucking shop.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it's like, you never play a game. We've played
This
too
one-
many Baldur's Gate to understand
Right?
it.
This went from weird to uncomfortable really fast.
Yeah.
That fucking
Yeah.
rod though is hilarious.
Oh,
The
yeah,
stuff
it's-
it does. Oh my
it's a
God.
blast.
Oh yeah. So
We love it.
when we were playing a campaign once,
I have to jump to tell Krim that we're starting shortly. Sorry, I gotta because we're running late.
Okay.
oh, okay,
What now?
Sorry, I'm not disinterested in your story. It's just we told him a certain time. So
no, that's
Oh,
fine.
shit.
Keep yourself to a schedule. The story's like not going anywhere.
all right, GG's. I'm jumping to the others, and then I'll be 3 minutes away.
Okay.
So I use washroom.
Okay. GG's, Alias.
Hey,
Good job,
bye.
everyone.
Yep. I don't have anything. I can always talk to you tomorrow.
Yep, that works.
And you guys going to do a different game tonight?
Yes, we're off to Celesta with Krim. So everyone, hang tight while we switch.
Yeah.
Have fun, peeps. I'll
Bye.
probably tune in. Bye.
Bye.